if I can ask something in a quick point. Hannah?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can I ask you something? Okay.
Yeah,
Can I? I'm trying to
you
hear
can.
you.
You can.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yesterday we talked about if I am a person participating in a band. So what about my personal story? If I could share it as on the social media, separate from the band. I talked to my agent yesterday about this point, and she said that no, we don't need it now because of this will affect our band. So you have to slow down or just to keep it aside in this moment, and we will talk about this later. So I want to ask you about this, if this is right for me or not. I'm confused about this point right now.
Yeah, that's interesting. I know Kara and Bree, their example was Haley Williams and Paramore. Haley is still very much showing up and sharing her story and being herself on socials. And that is in tandem with the story that's shared as Paramore as a band. They go hand in hand. You can do both. You don't have to do one versus the other, and they should enhance each other. So that's an interesting answer from your agent. But that being said, we will be
Yeah,
discussing marketing a bit more during this lesson. So I'm sure we'll cover some points you have questions on.
I hope so. Yeah. Really
Great.
excited about the answer.
Okay, well, we're gonna go ahead and get started given the time. So thank you guys, thank you everybody for joining. We're super excited. Today is all about streaming. We have the lovely gem of a human, Maya, with us.
Yes.
Ooh, and if you wouldn't mind all muting yourselves, that would be great. And I'm passing the mic to you, Maya.
Hi. كيفكن؟ بحكي عربي. I'm Lebanese, so hi.
كيفك؟
Sarah, I see you.
Hi. Hi.
Hi. Uh,
Hello.
hello,
والله كيف
hello.
منيحين كلهم.
I have a question for whoever went on stage and performed. First of all, I would like to salute you to be able to stand in front of an audience. Like, I'm a bit nervous right now, so good job, guys. I'm assuming that you guys already did many rounds of introductions before, so we're gonna do it a bit differently now. I'm just gonna quickly ask you to just tell me your name. Probably I'm not gonna remember, but tell me your name and the last song that you actually listened to today. So I'm gonna start. My name is Maya Khouri, and the last song I listened to today actually is حب خناق by Marwan Musa. So I'm gonna open the chat to just walk by order, I think. And because I'm the host and I'll be presenting, you will have to mute and unmute yourself. So unless there's a question, please keep yourself muted. We're so many here. Okay, so Amal? The last, like a quick introduction about yourself and the
Yes,
last
yes,
song you
it's
listened
me.
to.
Yes, Amal.
Yes.
Yeah, my name is Amal. I'm from Alexandria, and I listen to.
I think she listened to silence.
فاكراك.
Okay, do you mind dropping the link in the chat? I think I'm gonna create a playlist afterwards and share it with you guys and see how different our music tastes are. Amira, I think, is next.
Hello, ازيك?
I'm
Hi, my
good.
name is Amir. I'm from Cairo, and I'm a DJ. I'm not like an actual artist, like a DJ, but
A DJ
yeah,
is still
and
an artist.
yes, it is an artist, yeah, but not yet a music writer. So yeah, not yet a music writer. So the last track I listened to is Medusa. The song is called Friends. I'll drop the link on the chat.
Perfect. Aziza?
Yes,
Guys, by
hello.
the way, if you're not comfortable talking and you want to just write it in the chat, please feel comfortable. It's fine.
Hi, Maya.
Hi. Yes,
Hi, nice to meet you.
nice to meet you too.
So, have we started the session yet, or
We're just doing a
on
quick
the play?
introduction, and I'm asking them what's the last song they listened to, actually. So, what's the last song you listened to?
The Color Violet by Tory Lanez, but the live performance, not the original track.
Nice. Yeah, so I can see your hand up, so
Oh, no, I just wanted to say my favorite song. Like, I just wanted to
go
be there.
ahead.
The song Starships Were Meant to Fly by Nicki Minaj.
Nice. All right. Shireen.
Hey. Well, my
Hi.
name is Celine. I'm mainly I'm a singer, I'm a pianist as well, and like a songwriter in the making. Yeah, and the last song I listened to is Lotus Flower by Radiohead.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I'm starting to lose track. Dalia, I think next. Dimo?
Hello?
Hi.
Hello. Is it Dalia or Demo?
Dalia ولا
Dalia,
Dimo, yes.
actually.
Okay.
I said Dalia first. I thought she's not here, so
Yes. No, I'm not. I'm here, but it's a bit noisy because I'm walking in the street.
it's okay. I'm just asking the last song you listened to.
Maybe we go to the next one.
Yeah, Dimo. Just like tell us the last song so we can
Okay,
go
hi.
a bit.
The last song I
Hi.
listened to it was Jack by Journey Montana.
Hello.
Yep. What's up, Dahlia?
I'm here. I'm out of connection.
What was the last song you listened to?
It was it's an Arabic song. It was Aghadan Al-Qaq for Kulthum.
Wow, nice. All right. Dina.
Yes. Hello, I'm Dina.
Hi.
The last song I listened to was كلمتي حرة by Emil Maslousi.
I don't know this one, so if you can drop the link so I can listen to it.
Yes, I
Thank you.
did in the chat.
Okay. Angie.
Hi, I'm Angie. I'm from Asyut. The last song I listened to is by our friend here, Mona Lattar. It's called Saumendin.
Can you also drop it in the chat?
Yeah, sure.
If you guys can just drop them in the chat, I would love that, honestly. Hello.
Hey Maya,
Hi.
I'm Hala. I'm a singer, songwriter, sound engineer, do a bunch of other stuff. And I wrote in the chat I listened to like weird music. Was last one I listened to was Tough Love by Sway Lee.
All
Thanks.
righty. I have someone with the name iPhone here. So iPhone, would you like to tell us what's the last song you listened to?
Oh, that's me. Hi, I'm Sagi. I'm sorry, I'm gonna
Hi.
edit it now. Actually, the last song I listened to was The Black Dress by Anima, and I'm sharing the
Oh,
link now in the chat.
perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Julia, I saw that you wrote in the chat, but if you want to talk quickly, you can say hello.
Maya, hello to you.
Hi.
Very happy to
Did
see
I
you
say your
here.
name right?
Yes, you did, absolutely. My artist name is Juju. You can use that instead if that's easier. The last song I've listened to, it's been a couple of songs. My sister's new release and Heaven Up There by Palace.
Did you drop the
Also
link?
links at
Okay,
down there.
I'm gonna stop saying drop the links. Okay, Magda. Nope. All right, moving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Malak, just trying
Hi,
to go quickly.
can you
Hi,
guys hear me?
we can.
Okay, great. So my name is Malak, and the last song that I have listened to was Kalam Ainek by Shireen.
All right. Martina. Martina.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
I listened to Khabout by Hedi Muammar. It's a punk Arabic or Egyptian song, so have a listen. It's original.
Will do. Molly.
Hi, I'm Molly. The last song that I heard was called Love Who I Am by Alison Ide.
All right. And Mona, you were very excited
Yeah, I was
about the
very
song.
excited because I love Khabout. I love Khabout so much. I'm a bit narcissistic. I just released my song yesterday, so I was hearing it, I was listening to it. It's Somdin. Thank you.
Congrats.
Thank you for sharing it.
Congrats on the release.
Thank you.
There is Nada Nader and Nada's iPhone. Are you guys the same person or two different Nadas?
No, two different nadas. Hi.
Okay, so hi.
Nada Nader, and the last song I listened to is مروان موسى زيك بس Sheraton, track Sheraton. بس
Okay. And jumping to the second Nada.
Hi, my name is Nada. Last song I listened to was Jalsa by Muka. I
All
put it
right.
in.
Noha. Perfect. Thank you. Noha.
Who's next?
All right. Noha, yeah. Okay, Nuran.
Hi.
Hi.
So I'm Nuran, and the last song I listened to was Music for a Sushi Restaurant by Harry Styles.
I saw it in the chat. All
Yeah.
right. I am sorry if I'm gonna say the name wrong. Is it Fatty? Like Fatin? Fatty?
It is Fatty.
Okay. Well, Fatty doesn't want to talk. It's okay. Reem.
Hi, I'm Rima Izzuddin. The last song I listened to today was سنرجع فيروز.
All right. And there is Reeman Kimi.
Hi, yes. That's my artist name, Rimin Kimi. The
Oh,
last
yeah.
thing, the last song I listened to was Espérance from a French Algerian artist called Soul King.
Of course, I know Soul King.
Okay, good. I love him.
Rawan. Rawan.
Yes.
Hi, Rawan.
Hi. What's up? Sorry, trying to turn up
What?
the music.
I'm just trying to turn up the
What?
music.
What's
Yeah,
the
it's
song
on
you're
loop.
listening to?
So I'm releasing the song right now. I've just uploaded it to DistroKid. It's not live yet, and it's on loop. I'm so sorry. How are you? How are you, Maya?
I'm good, thank you. What's the name of the track?
It's called Aqsar Tari, and it's like I made it for the kids in Gaza. It's like a very childish song, and yeah, it broke my heart making it. And yeah, it
Good
should be
luck
live.
with the release.
Thank you.
Rita Rana. Rita Rana. Is it Rita? Is it Rana? Are you guys
Yes.
together?
No, it's Rana, my actual name, but Rita is my nickname, so like people call me Rita sometimes.
All right.
So,
Okay.
hi.
Hi.
Well, I've been working since the morning, so I was listening to a lot of music, but last thing I was listening to was the album Moon Faces by Julie and Asia. It's like the acoustic version.
All right. Drop your favorite track in the chat.
Yeah, I will right now.
I have a lot of music to listen to. Rula.
Hi, the last song I listened to was Hypotheticals by Lake Street Dive.
All right. Sagi. I'm scared of pronouncing the names wrong, so I'm sorry. Correct me if I say your name
Hey,
wrong.
yeah, it's right. It's Sagi. I'm the one who was iPhone, and I changed my name back to Sagi.
Okay. All right. Sandra.
Hi. Well,
Hi.
the last song I listened to was Tell Me Why by Declan Galbraith. It's kind of an old
I
song.
started singing Backstreet Boys when you said, "Tell me why."
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. I lost track. Sarah Al-Masri.
Hi, I'm Sarah,
Hi.
and the last song I listened to was My Love All Mine by That's it.
Is that a cat or a dog?
Oh no, it's a cat. It's daughter. His name is daughter.
A cat being a cat. It's okay. All right. Sarah, the other Sarah.
Hi, my name is actually
Hi.
Sherry. This is my sister's laptop. Anyway, I'm a singer and songwriter and an actor. The last song I listened to, Who's Loving You by Michael Jackson.
Nice. Very different tastes, so I love that.
Yeah.
Tamima.
Hi.
Hi.
Cat number 2, sorry. The last song I listened to was Only When I by Alice Phoebe Lou.
All right. Tasneem.
Hi, I'm Tasneem.
Hi.
The last song I listened to is "Call Me When You're Sober" by Evanescence. I was in a nostalgic
Ooh.
mood.
Yeah, when I was younger, they used to say I look like Amy Lee. I had this black eyeliner under my eyes.
You do, kind of. Yeah.
And then I grew up a bit and they gave me the Haifa reference, and I always preferred Amy Lee because it's just black hair, green eyes. Okay. Zina, I think I'm saying your name right.
Hi, yes.
Hi.
My name is Ina. I'm from Egypt, 24 years old, and the last song that I listened to was Broke Me Down by Janine.
I don't know it. Please drop the link. Yasmin Sabbagh. There are 2 accounts of Yasmin Sabbagh.
Hi, yes,
Hi.
because one is for the camera, the other for the audio.
Okay.
So the last song I listened to is called Uncertainty by Carolina Calvache. It's a jazz piece of music. And I listened to the live performance, so I'm dropping the link now.
Thank you. Okay, I think that's all. Did I miss anyone? Oh, nice. All right. Let's go then. So let me know when you can see my screen.
Yeah, we
You
can see the
can?
screen. Yeah.
Perfect. So today we're gonna talk quickly, not very quickly, about a quick introduction about streaming and music streaming, and some details about music distribution. And then the second part will be the longer part of the class, and it's setting up your releases. And although I know yesterday you had music marketing class, but we're going to talk about it again today. And when you think that I'm talking about a point that was already covered yesterday, tell me in the chat. We can quickly go over it. A quick overview about me. My name is Maya. I do retail and marketing at the Orchard, which is a music distribution company under Sony Music. In other words, retail marketing is basically I'm a label manager, so I deal with the labels. I work on the releases, and then I work with the DSPs to promote the releases. I identify as a melomaniac, which is a term used to describe a person who is really passionate about music, and I consider myself very privileged to actually be able to work in an industry that I'm really passionate about. When it comes to my music taste, I have probably the most schizophrenic music taste you can ever encounter. I told you I was listening to حب خناق by Marwan Musa, but before it, I was listening to Junk of the Heart by the Cooks, which they come from different worlds. The reason I talk about music keeps me sane is because I'm really outspoken about my mental health struggles, and in so many dark days, music really helped me through. Not in the cliche way that everyone uses it, but in a really deep, helpful way. Here is my weird Instagram handle. If you want to keep it, save it, get in touch, have a question later on, feel free to send me a message. Also, I chose 2 pictures of me in a party because that's exactly where my element is. So, today our class is divided into 2 parts. One, which is the introduction of streaming and what is streaming, different streaming platforms, how streaming is a solution for piracy, music delivery distributors, and how to actually deliver music to streaming platforms. And then we're going to jump to the second part about setting up your release, which is basically my day-to-day work now and my current job. What are the key requirements, the importance and the power of lead time, the metadata, and then the big section is going to be music marketing. So let's go. We all stream music. We all know what music streaming is. However, a music streaming service is a type of streaming media service that focuses primarily on music, sometimes on audiobooks and podcasts. But have you ever wondered how music streaming works? Basically, a streaming service delivers data to a streamer in a very small amount so that the user can actually get pre-buffered music that has been pre-buffered a few minutes or even seconds before playing. Given that the user has a good internet connection, which sometimes is not the case in the region here, especially in Lebanon, streaming technology provides an uninterrupted listening experience without ever actually saving the file on the user device. This technology in particular, and the streaming business overall, was developed as a response to the music piracy platforms of the late 90s and early 20s. Now, quick question. Which music streaming platform do you guys use on a daily basis? You can drop your answer in the chat, and we're going to pick 1 or 2 to actually talk about why they choose that specific streaming app. I honestly recently changed streaming platforms, and I'm curious to know if any of you is using the one that I'm using. So Spotify, Anagani. Sarah, I'm curious to know why both.
Yes. Is that me?
Yeah, sorry. I'm gonna keep calling you with the wrong name.
It's okay. So you can call me Sarah. It doesn't matter.
You said Spotify and Anghami. Both?
Yes, both. Yes, because sometimes I look up for a song on Spotify and I can't find it, so I go to Anghami and usually I find it.
Oh wow, Amr Diab?
No, no.
Usually because like it's the first time I'm hearing this. Usually it's the other way around. So nice.
Yeah.
Nice. I used to use Anghami, but
Like
I
and
switched.
specific versions of the song specifically.
Okay. All right. Okay. Got you. Gina, you said you used to use Anghami, but you switched to Spotify.
Yes, because there are a lot of songs that I like that I don't find on Anghami.
So it's the other way around.
Yeah, and it glitches a lot. So I was like, even though I've got like a huge playlist on Anghami, I was like, I'm sick of it. I'm just gonna switch to Spotify.
All right. Julie, I'm gonna take your recommendation that you wrote in the chat. You use Pinterest to find Spotify playlists?
I do. Like usually my Pinterest is my main, like it's the main app that I use every day. And because it gathers everything that I like about my niche or certain content that I want to put out. A lot of the music playlists be like, oh, this playlist name is crying after 3 a.m. in the morning, or something like that. I'm like, yes, that's how I feel. Let me listen to that. And then there's a few songs of underground artists and they just come up and okay. So researching is a big thing for like music. I don't regularly like go through Spotify and just type artists and see if they're releasing something new. I usually go to Pinterest right away.
Wow, that's a very nice approach. Actually, I'm gonna try it. I use YouTube Music because I recently, because I have YouTube Premium, I decided to try YouTube Music. And the thing I love about YouTube Music is the recommendation that they give you. It's like they don't mix music regardless of all the things that you listen to. And I've been discovering a lot of interesting artists actually. So yeah. Okay. Moving on. So what are the different streaming platforms? So streaming platforms have become a crucial tool for artists to promote their music, as you guys already know, and to reach new audience and establish their presence in the industry. These platforms really enable musicians to share their creations with millions and billions of listeners globally. It helps you build a fan base, expand your reach, and allow new fans to actually discover you, and even like music editors and playlist curators to discover you too. Spotify is one of the largest and most popular music streaming platform. You guys already definitely know that. It offers a big library of songs, playlists, and podcasts. They have the free and ad-supported version and the premium subscription. Apple Music provides a comprehensive music streaming service with a very large catalog of songs. YouTube, we all know YouTube. It's the streaming service for both video and music. Anghami is known for having a very big library of Arabic music in particular. But TikTok usually is a social media platform. It's not a music streaming platform. However, videos on TikTok often feature music, which increases the opportunity for you to be discovered. And when delivering music to platforms, you can now also deliver music to TikTok. And the people at TikTok is the wrong choice of word. Like TikTok in general, they offer in-app promotion for your music. They have playlists, they have banners, they have highlights. Meta also is recently, not recently, but like a while ago, they integrated music, allowing users to share and discover music on the platform. And honestly, I've been discovering a lot of music through stories on Instagram. And just like TikTok and Meta, Snapchat is also considered a place to discover music and promote your music. And it's worth mentioning that this app is highly consumed in GCC. Why did I choose these 7 platforms in particular? So as part of my job is pitching music to platforms or DSPs. And when I am processing music on my back end, I'm not delivering music to only these 7 platforms. I deliver music to over 1,000 platforms. But when I want to pitch music, I pitch music to these 7 different platforms in particular because they have the highest reach, they have the best music consumption, and they have a lot that they can offer in return. And we're not talking only about supporting in terms of adding your music to playlist or putting your music somewhere, but they have the social media support, they have the on-ground support, they have artist programs sometimes. So it's always to keep like these 7 platforms in mind when you're working on your release. And we're gonna talk about the music marketing in the second part and discuss some of these in particular. Also, I forgot to say, feel free to interrupt me anytime you have a question or you want to add something to what I'm saying. It's not a class, it's a discussion. So feel free. As I mentioned earlier, streaming services were found to answer piracy. Music streaming has created a better user experience for people than piracy for 3 main reasons. 1, it's more convenient. 2, the music you listen to is definitely a better quality. And 3, and most importantly, especially that there are so many of you as artists, if someone steals your music, you can pursue them legally and pursue them legally and like take the music down. Also, so many do the mistakes of uploading stolen music and or leaked to public platform, you name it, they do it. But given the technology behind streaming platforms and distributors, it's now very easy to block pirated music using unique codes such as ISRC and UPC. Do you guys know what the ISRCs and UPCs are? All right. So basically, Sandra, I saw you, so I'm gonna answer you. ISRC is the International Standard Recording Code. So when you are submitting a song, you have your ISRC to it. And the UPC is the Universal Product Code, and it also your song is also has a UPC to it. But what's the difference? When you release a single, you will have both. When you release an EP or an album, you will have one unique UPC for all the album. However, every single track will have a different ISRC. When you submit your music to any streaming platform through a distributor, you will automatically have an ISRC and a UPC for your music. And in case someone stole your music and decided to actually upload it to other streaming platforms, when you want to submit a claim, these are the 2 codes that you use, and it will help you take down any pirated content of yours. And in the case of leaked music, this will be your reference too. Even if you have a song that is already uploaded to music that you distributed, but it's not released already, and the song was leaked in a way or another, you can use these two codes to submit them to the right people, and they can automatically start taking down your music. SoundCloud and YouTube have a system where once you input the ISRC and the UPC, you don't have to keep on checking if the song is being uploaded. It will automatically take it down. However, unfortunately, what people sometimes do is that they play a bit with the pitch, or they remove like 2 seconds here, 2 seconds there. So the audio is not the same. So it won't be very easy to track. And that's when the manual work will need to happen. I really hope throughout your career, you will never ever have to face this. Any questions?
Yes, how exactly to take the songs down? Like if somebody stole it?
So basically each platform has a way. On Spotify, for example, if they uploaded it, on the back end, I can share the links for each of those later with Hannah, and she can send you these. You submit all the details of the song, the artist name, the UPC and the ISRC, and Spotify will actually follow their internal process to take it down. On YouTube, it's a bit easier because on the back end, what you can do is that you can claim a video, and when you provide these details, the system will somehow compare it, and they will know that it's the same song, so they will take it down. Or on YouTube, what you can do, and that's YouTube and TikTok, is that you can claim the song as if it's your song, and you can make money out of that other person who actually uploaded your music. It won't be theirs. It will still be online, but the revenue will go to you instead of them taking advantage of your content.
So it's like I'm sending emails to each platform, right? Like Spotify.
It's all on the back end. No emails. It's all on the back end. So from Spotify for artists, you can do it. From YouTube back end, you can do it. You have YouTube Studio?
I do have YouTube Studio.
Yeah. So
but
that's,
I have issue like with Spotify because there has to be a broker or distributor. I don't own my own account on Spotify.
So you're distributing music through a distributor?
Yes, and I actually I want to distribute myself, but I want to know how to distribute it like on Spotify without a broker in between.
Actually, it's what we're gonna talk about right in the next slide. Okay. Any question on piracy? Yes, Sarah. Sarah, yes, I see you.
Sherry.
Sherry. It's
Yeah, it's okay. So the IRSE and the UPC.
ISRC.
Okay.
RC.
So these codes will be provided by, for example, if I'm dealing with DistroKid, they will provide these codes, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank
you. You're welcome. Amira.
Yes. I was just telling you that during COVID, when we used to do live DJ streams online, okay, Diamond YouTube stops the set middle of it because of the tracks, even though I bought it, like even if I got it from Beatport or something like that. So it's not actually pirated, but I never actually was able to fix it. Any leads on what to do for live streams? So because I failed in fixing it for this, because it's not my original music, but I bought it like from Beatport, so it's licensed. It's not downloaded illegally.
Yeah, so basically the thing is that when you're buying the tracks, it's for personal use, and usually like when you are actually mixing, it's not let's say it's usually in a club, but not online. The thing is, and I faced this issue not so long ago, is someone was actually live streaming on Twitch, but not on YouTube, and the whole set was okay except one song. The thing is, when it comes to these things, it depends on what the original artist has for that specific track. Because, and correct me if I'm wrong, it's not all the tracks that cause this issue. It's usually certain tracks, but unfortunately that's related to the main artist or producer that did that track.
Yes,
to be
I
very
agree.
honest with you, how to fix this, I need to double check. Drop me a message on Instagram and I will check it for you and I'll let you know. But I don't want to give you the wrong answer right now, but I can definitely check for you and let you know.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other questions? One second. Give me 1 second.
How are we doing?
Sorry, guys. It's almost 9 p.m. and someone walked into the office, so I got scared. It's my managing director. So.
Glad you're safe.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, Dubai is very safe anyway, but like I wasn't expecting it. Anyway, any more questions? Okay, so music distributions and music delivery. Then fun, not so fun part. So what is music distributions? Basically, music distribution is the process of making your music available to the public through all the channels on digital platforms and streaming services. It's a very essential component of the music industry, and it allows artists to share their work and generate revenue. However, Dimo, I'm so sorry to tell you that artists cannot directly go to most of the platforms, such as Spotify, and place their music on the platform themselves. Instead, artists must work with a music distributor to upload their music. Now, on SoundCloud, you can, on YouTube, you can, but on other platforms, unfortunately, you can't. So there are 3 different ways that you can deliver your music to a streaming platform. One is through a record label. You would be assigned artist to a certain record label, and a record label usually helps the artist from the get-go. Now, depending on the contract, there are so many different contracts here that I honestly don't know the details of the different types of contracts that an artist can sign with a record label. But depending on the contract, they can help the artist with recording, mastering, and producing music. And when it comes to distribution, a record label typically handles music distribution by leveraging its already existing relationship with distribution partner. So they will coordinate the release of your music on all the platforms. They will manage the logistics and ensure it reaches a wide audience. And in return, the label takes definitely a percentage of the revenue generated from all the music streams. Or in case you're selling physical records, that too. But however, these days, it has become much more common for artists to submit music directly through distributors, what we call the DIY distributors. So DIY music distribution is when any independent artist release and distribute their music without a record label. There are many of these days. And in this case, the artist is a one-man show. They will have to do all the work. Other than making the music, the artist will have to submit the songs, enter all the details and the metadata that we're going to talk about in the second part of the course. And then they will have to pitch, promote, and market their releases. So it's really a one-man show. Now, a pro tip that I'm gonna drop in the chat because it's very important, and I think I'm gonna repeat it a few times tonight. When selecting a music distributor, consider a few things: reach, the availability of the platforms and the platforms they deliver to, the pricing and the revenue models they have, if they offer any promotional and marketing support, and if and definitely customer service, if they can, these people are reachable in case you have any issue. And the thing is that although if we look at it as an overall thing, DIY distributors all do the same, but sometimes artists have different needs, so one distributor might cater for your need more than the other. Any question? Someone unmuted themselves, so any questions? Okay. Go ahead, I can see you.
Amira, I think was waiting. So go ahead, Amira.
Amira was from before, I think.
Oh, I still hear it. My bad. Okay, so
I see it too. So.
I'll take it off. Sorry.
It's okay.
Lower hand.
I honestly just wanted to know if you had potential suggestion, which for what I know you said it depends on, our needs, but in general for an indie artist, what are your personal recommendations for those DIY distributors?
I'm actually not sure if she can answer that. It's given her role. But that being said, they're all different, and each artist, has specific needs and wants out of their own careers. And Navak is also happy to share like a cheat sheet with info on each of them. And then like we can walk you through it too. So I can work on that from my side. But I just think, yeah, because Maya's at the Orchard, I'm not
saving the day.
Sorry.
It's okay, don't be sorry. Because I was expecting this question, so we aligned together on if this topic was brought up, what we do. So yeah, don't worry. Gina, I see your hand.
I'm a bit confused. Are the DIY distributors such as DistroKid and TuneCore and stuff, or the digital distributors are?
No, these are the DIY distributors.
Then who are the digital distributors?
We're gonna talk about it. I'm gonna get to it. Hello.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm just answering quick questions. No worries. Dimo. I see your hand, Dimo. I think Dimo, you have a question?
Yes, I was gonna actually ask about the how do I distribute for myself, because I have seen other artists do it in Egypt and I want to know how to do it too.
Yeah, and the next slide will answer this.
Okay. Always bad.
And it's okay. Tasneem, Gina, Dimo, please, because I see so many hands. Wow. Tasneem.
Sorry, I always forget to lower my hand. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
So I'm not sure if this question has to do with music marketing more, or does it have to do more with distributing? But I'm just gonna go ahead and ask it now. So my thing is, I have not released anything yet, and I feel like now is the time. I want to do that in the next 6 months. But I feel like my songs and my music will not really resonate with everyone that's here in Egypt where I live. And so my question is there something that you would recommend me do, or some place to reach out, or a way to handle distributing my music in a way that makes it go somewhere else when I'm over here, because I don't want to wait to relocate and then release. I want to release now and then maybe relocate later.
You want my
So
very honest
I don't know
answer?
if that's yes.
Okay, my answer
Please.
would be when we take our first break, make yourself a very big cup of coffee, because that's everything we're gonna talk about in the second half.
Okay. Okay. I'm excited. Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Yasmin? Yes. Yasmin, you have a question?
Yes, I just wanted to ask, how can we make money from the streaming platforms like YouTube and Rami? I don't know if SoundCloud we can. This is one question. And the other question, you said that we can upload on YouTube and SoundCloud, but other platforms not. But actually, I upload my songs on Anghami, so on the Anghami artists thing. So yeah, is Anghami artist something else than Anghami?
So basically, when you go on YouTube or SoundCloud, literally anyone can upload anything. Okay, and Ghami for Artists offers you the back end to also like create your music. The difference here is when you work with distributors, you are delivering your music to all the platforms at once with the same quality, same metadata, same under the same artist name, and you will be in terms of piracy and having your music stolen, you will be protected because of having the unique ISRCs and UPCs that I spoke about before. Now, when it comes to revenue, when you are doing your research, and honestly, I'm so sorry, but I really can't get into these details. When you're doing your research on the distributors, all right, they have the pricing plan. Now, the revenue from different platforms varies. They don't actually like have the same rate. So each has a different rate, and I'm so sorry, but other than that, I can't really get into the details. So, but when you are doing your research on the distributors, they do have a section about this, like the percentage that they take from your music revenue and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah, I don't know if you can talk about this as well, but I mean, if we are releasing the music ourselves,
if you're using a DIY distributor, you are releasing your music yourself.
Yes. So do we need to reach a certain amount of plays to earn money, or?
Every single distributor is different, but yes, definitely you have to have streams in order to generate money. Like they won't pay you upfront.
Yeah, yeah, all right. Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Dimo.
Yes, one more question, please.
I love your hair, by the way. I have to say.
Thank you. Can a distributor remove my songs without my permission? And if so, what are the terms that they can actually do that?
If it's your original music and nothing is pirated, and you have you have added, I don't know if there's if someone who wrote the song with you and the details are there, if it's your own original music, if it's a cover, I'm gonna say, if it's like, we're gonna talk about original music. If it's your original music, it's not pirated, it's not stolen from anywhere, no, they cannot take it down. If it's a cover song, it depends on the song itself. Different artists have different ways or like rules on their music. Some are okay, and they would actually take a certain percentage of the streams. Like not so long ago, we were talking about a good friend of mine actually recorded a cover song of a very famous artist. They didn't take the song down, but he did receive an email saying that that artist will be taking a certain percentage of the revenue that he's gonna make. But in terms of taking down your music, no, they can't take down anything actually.
Even if I
they're not.
signed a paper on it, because I signed that it was actually in the contract that they can remove my songs, but there are some terms I didn't understand it fully.
Do you want to, like, we can, if you have the terms, we can discuss these terms like after. You can message me and I can
Okay.
double check for you.
Okay,
Because
thank you so much.
you're welcome. Amira.
Sorry again.
It's okay.
But
Guys,
is
stop
it the
saying
same?
sorry.
Is it the same, Bardu, for when I'm making covers or mashups with the DJing? Like if I'm making a track and I'm taking the vocals and putting it on my own beat and so forth, and like making a mashup, can I distribute it, or do I need certain permissions to put the music on?
More likely you
on
will need permission, because to be very honest with you, and this is being recorded, but I'm gonna say it. Some artists won't notice, and they're just gonna get like let go, and it will be okay. But like if the artist notices and they didn't give you permission, it's gonna be a problem. But when you are using certain vocals, check the original track on YouTube. Usually they have certain details in the description on YouTube. I would recommend, if you're actually posting a certain mashup or remix on YouTube, just put a disclaimer in the description that will somehow protect you. Also, if you're recording a cover, if any one of you is recording a cover and just want to like upload it on YouTube, a disclaimer: I do not own any of the rights for this song. It's a song by X and Y. So, it always helps.
Okay, great, perfect. Thank you.
Mona?
If I'm singing like a folklore song, is it considered a cover or my own song?
So it's an already released song, but it's a traditional
It's
song.
folklore. It's folklore. It's nobody have the right for it.
So basically, and that's something I studied when I took my music business course. Usually music, when they reach a certain age, they become public library.
After 50 years.
It depends on the country actually. So I'm not very sure about Egypt, but it's always worth checking. Like I would advise you, like let's say if you are you choose a certain song and you're not sure what and who is owns the song now, go on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube and scroll down and see who is it delivered by and which year.
Yeah, okay.
Because some what we call catalogs, which are the old songs, are still being distributed and monetized. So it's really tricky here. So always check and usually what they put down, like the label and the year. So always double check these just to be on the safe side.
Okay, thank you.
Dimo.
Yeah, sorry about this point, because I actually tried to
Please,
sample
Mama.
a
Don't say
traditional
sorry.
song before. It's about
Okay.
Mona's question, and they actually told me I have to go back to like Naqaba and some other a group of people who actually own the copyright of the traditional music. So yeah. So I couldn't do it. So yeah, I think and you gotta pay a certain amount of money, and it's not cheap. So
And it's not very fun to actually deal with such cases. So
Yeah.
always just try to go back to the date, to the year. Like not the release date, but like on Spotify, for example, if you scroll down, you will have like usually it's within the 2000s because it's being redistributed again.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Reem, I can see you've been waiting.
Hi. My question is related to a problem I had twice on two different platforms. It was on Facebook once and on TikTok very recently. So usually
They
I
muted
post
your
like-
video?
Yes, I post videos of cover songs with musicians or maybe just with my mobile phone. So I had a claim twice, once on Facebook, and I had this warning that if you have another claim, maybe we can strike your whole like page, and it was very scary. And recently I had it on TikTok, and they removed the video. And actually the viewership was nice, and it was 200K, something like this. So how to avoid this problem in the future? And
Who
I
are the
post many
are the artists regional Arab artists or
the
international or
Facebook
both?
one, the Facebook one was Wael Gassar, and the second one was Amel Meher, and the claim was by MBC Group. So I was surprised it was not Amel Meher herself or her manager. So it was.
Yeah, text me on Instagram so I can give you the answer on the second one and why it is MBC Group. But
yes,
unfortunate.
Yeah, very well.
I will.
Yeah, like let's keep it fun and music. So basically, the thing is, unfortunately, there is no answer to that. In my current job, I place a lot of these claims. Usually, what I do is that I just keep the video, but I monetize it, so the revenue will go to the artist, but I just keep it online. I don't take it down. There is literally no answer to that because it depends on the artist, whether the artist, they want you to do this or they don't want you to do this.
So mentioning the artist page, official page, or mentioning that I don't have the disclaimer you said before won't help, or it's not guaranteed to help.
Exactly, it's not a guarantee to help because like it really depends on the artist. Like now in my current job, I deal with more than 15 labels, and the way they deal with user-generated content is very different. So some people would just keep it, other people would like to take it down, other people would claim it. So it really depends on the artist. At the end of the day, it's their music, their rights. Now, sometimes, and that's in the ideal world and the class that I previously took, what happens is that you would reach to the artist, get an approval to actually use their song, but it's not the best and easiest thing to do. So it's
if I have a deal with a distributor before posting covers, that might be helpful. The distributor can help me, guide me, this artist.
They would help you. But if it's like a digital distributor, which we still didn't talk about, there is a more likely chance to actually help you. Like, okay, so to answer your question, I'm gonna go quickly over what a digital distributor is. So basically, it's different than the DIY distributor. A DIY distributor does everything themselves, while the digital distributor, which is like the Orchard, the company I work for, we don't work with independent artists, we work with labels. It's a B2B, business to business kind of work. So just last week, I had a label submit a cover song for Raghib Alame. I had to reject the release and ask them to provide me with a document that proves that they actually have the approval and the rights to actually do the cover song. Because what happens in this case is that it will happen what happens with you, but instead of the artist getting the claim, the label will get the claim. And 3 strikes, for example, on Spotify will really slow down the label work and their content will have to be reviewed. And so is for the artist. So to each artist their own, to be honest. There's no one answer that will fit everyone. Molly?
Hi, so I have a question that kind of adds to what Reem said. So basically, there wouldn't be any way to know like the different kinds of artists that basically give the permission for cover songs versus the artists who don't. It's more of a one-on-one kind of contact.
With all honesty, I don't have an answer for that. In my job, I deal with it like, get me a paper that gives you the okay to do this. I will process it from my end. You don't have, or at least like a written email that I take responsibility, etc. But I honestly don't have, I'm sorry, but I really don't have the answer to that. It's not like there is a manual or a guidebook for these things. Plus, like, you need to take into consideration that artists sometimes like sign different deals with different labels and they move their catalog from one label to another, so the rights can change, or a label would change from one distributor to another and the rights could change. So it's never a set in stone thing, just like social media is always changing. Labels, distributors, and each artist is it's up to them in the end of the day, at the end of the day. So I'm sorry.
Okay. No,
I
it's fine.
can't
So
help you.
basically, no, it's fine. So basically, like, to stay on the safer side, it's to avoid all this hassle, it is better to kind of like minimize the amount of cover songs one does? Or would it be a bit different in terms of, okay, so let's say that there are certain songs that are known to, let's say, have the approval of cover songs acceptance? Or
on YouTube in particular, a disclaimer helps most of the time. On other platforms, you just you never know.
Okay.
Like I got an email from Spotify just last week, and Amira, that will be interesting to you, is that someone actually uploaded a DJ set and their label distributed it through us, and we had to take it down because one of the tracks was not licensed.
Okay.
And the label got a
Wow.
strike because of that.
Okay. Interesting.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Sarah?
Yeah, I have a question. So, lately we've been seeing a lot of people taking like songs and changing the artist's voice by AI. So basically, it's someone's song and then it's someone else's voice on top of that song, kind of. So does the artist, like the original artist, can they file a claim on that, or does it not work?
I'm not sure she's able to talk about AI either. But that being said, there is an entire class next week on Web3 and emerging technologies that we have another instructor for. So I am sure we can tackle that question during Wednesday's class.
I'd probably attend that. Guys, I'm loving the questions. Thank you so much. I was so scared that I'm gonna be doing the talking the whole time, but yeah, keep them coming. Any more questions on this?
So we need to have our own. You can hear me, yeah. We need to have our own original songs, so we cannot make covers
any original song doesn't belong to us, right?
It depends. You can, like, everyone's doing music covers, everyone, like, but there is no rule, there is no one answer to this. It depends on the artists and stuff like that. Like, on this note, I'm gonna give you an insight on how detailed things can be. I studied once about a case study between two major artists in the US that went to court because so artist A released a song and artist B took one sentence of the song, the same sentence, like not the same melody, or like, let's say artist A said my name is Maya in their song, and artist B decided to say my name is Maya in their song, and they went to court over that because he wanted the right to these few words. So it can get very complicated. Yeah. Martina? You don't want to ask Martina?
Hi, can you hear me? Hi, can you hear
Yes.
me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Hello?
Hello, we can hear you.
Yes. Okay. I have a very, very specific question. So can I ask it now, or do you want me to ask it later?
Go ahead. If I can answer it now, I will answer it now.
Okay. So the A&R of an artist reached out to me, and they asked me to do a remix for them. And then I finished the remix, and it was all sweet and amazing. And then I think the A&R changed his mind of actually releasing the EP of the remixes, not because he didn't like the song, but because other artists did not submit the remixes. So here I am stuck with a remix that I want to upload, but the A&R, I didn't ask him, but I don't think he wants me to upload it. So what's the solution for that? Because I don't want to have this work unreleased, and at the same time, so that's the situation.
My first question is, was there any contract between you guys? Or was it just like what we say?
It was
like,
an email.
An email. I would say reach out to them and ask for permission for it to be uploaded. I don't know.
Yeah, so if I don't get the disagreement with the song and I upload it on SoundCloud, will that be an issue as an unofficial remix?
I mean, I'm gonna be very honest with you. If there's an email between you guys and he said no, you can't release it, and then you actually decide to upload it, he might take some unpleasant actions. Let's put it in a nice way, because like he explicitly said no. But first of all, I'm sorry this happened to you. I know it's not nice, so I don't say a bad word here, but I really don't know. Like, so many projects start, but they don't get online. So I don't know. Is the artist regional? Like,
yeah, from Egypt. It's actually, yeah, how can someone guarantee that their work is gonna get published? Contracts are important, so I always have to ask for contracts later on.
Just to protect yourself, at least if the music's not being published, you will get paid for it, just for the fact that you worked on it.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
thank you.
that's
yeah.
I'm saying this as a personal answer, not as a professional in the industry, but just protect yourself always.
Yes, I feel like I got the answer I wanted, so thank you.
You're welcome. Molly?
So I have a question going back to the point that we're talking about the two major artists who end up going to court.
Yeah.
So if that happens, and then that would mean that when artists do covers or performances of other artists' songs, then they would have to do the whole thing that we do, or it's just is different.
I believe yes, actually, because the chances of that music being recorded and then available on streaming platforms is really high. Like we see live performances everywhere and sometimes uploaded to the actual official channel. So yeah, I do believe that they actually have
permission.
Yeah, permission, agreement, something like that. What is like, I think Jimmy Fallon has a wheel of music or something like that where he gets artists and they start singing. In this case, I don't think they actually, like, I think the show would be taking care of these things. Some artists would consider this as a free promotion of their music. They might share the revenue of the streams, but yeah, I don't think an artist would publicly perform another artist's song without somehow a pre-approval. They can be friends, they can sign contracts, but yeah, like if they are after small artists, then a big artist would definitely be a problem, I'm guessing.
Okay, and one last question. I'm so sorry.
Guys, please stop
So
saying
a lot
sorry. I
of
love the
people,
question.
especially on so a lot of people on like different music stream applications and stuff, like for example, whether it's TikTok, especially TikTok and Instagram, a lot of people take music and then they change the words. It's like in the reels, it says if it were, and then they change the words. So in that case, so they take an artist's original music and they change the words. How does that, like, in terms of that, how would that be taken care of? Would there
Have
be a
you
penalty
encountered
or
any muted videos?
any what?
Muted videos, because like it all depends on the artist. It, like on TikTok, for example, you can see these kind of videos, and then under it you can see original sound by the user uploading the content, but then contains 1, 2, 3. That means that the artist actually claimed the video, and it's under their song, so they can do that.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Dimo.
Yeah, so this actually happened to me, but it was my video and my song, and the sound got muted. How do I fix
Your
it?
song got muted?
Yes, from my Instagram on my video.
What did it say? Like
I don't know, something about the copyright, and it's my song. Like, how do I claim my own song on
do
like
you have a screenshot or something?
like I can probably find the message.
Okay, send it to me, and I think I can actually help you with this. It's your original song, so they can't really do that to you. So I can ask someone I know to actually look into it and help you solve it. Don't worry.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Any more questions? Oh, okay. Moving on. How to deliver hold on. Yasu, you have your hand up.
Yes, so I have a question, but it's concerning like the music video. Should I ask it or should I just wait a bit? I don't know.
You can ask it.
Okay, so the first music video I did, I had a contract with like a company. I don't know how to describe it actually. I was too naive back then and I don't know what it was. But they put like a budget and they told me, and I had all the marketing. So I did all the marketing on the platforms. and they put their logo on every single video. They made me mention them and tag them and everything. And they kept pressuring me to post this and this and this and this and this and put their name and collab and that stuff. But in the contract, they put a 2-year contract with a budget for, I take, for example, 20%, and then they take 40% out of the video. And then if they, and they have a certain budget that they need to get. If they don't get to that budget in the first year, then they take another budget for another year until it reaches the budget they want, until it reaches the number they want. So they don't ask anything. At first, they used to ask if I could send them like the statistics and stuff. And now they just disappeared out of the blue, no questions and nothing. And I kind of think that it's like a game or something that's going to happen, that's going to explode on the day that's written in the contract. So I don't know what to do. I'm really scared. And I feel so confused that they're going to come and say, oh, you didn't send us the statistics and I don't know what, or they're going to play some type of game and tell me that we want more money, or we want like you to pay us this amount of money so we don't sue you or something. So I want to check the contract. I want to know so I could approach first and I could tell them.
Do you have it?
Yeah, I have the contract.
Okay. So okay, so I think so basically they did the video for you, right? They produced the video for you.
Yeah.
Okay, so to simplify it, let's say the production of the video was some sort of an upfront payment for you. Okay.
No, they didn't pay me anything.
Yeah. Instead of paying you the actual money, they offered you to do that service. So instead of the money, they gave you a service in return. And there's a term we called recoup. Recoup is like getting back what they already paid on the music video, and that's probably what they have within the first year.
Yeah.
But if you're worried about anything, I can always check it for you, and I'll let you know if you need to be worried about anything or not. Because I want to ask you a few questions, and I don't think it's actually like okay to get into the details on this call, because they can be a bit of private questions. So we can have a chat later, and I'm more than happy to help you. But usually, like, because you can always have certain contracts, whether it's a label, it's a distributor, it's a brand, or whatever, where they would ask for a certain percentage to be covered within the first year in order to pay back to whatever they invested in before.
No, they didn't. The first year passed and they didn't ask for the money. So that's what's confusing for me. So the year...
Let's take this conversation offline, and I'm more than happy to help you, because like sometimes there's certain details in the contract that are everything. So
yeah, contract is in Arabic, so I couldn't ask anyone else. So now that you speak Arabic, I'm so happy. Thank you so much.
Don't worry.
Thank you.
All right. So to distribute music, you will do your research. You will follow the cheat sheet that Hannah will send you. You will choose a distribution company, or you will sign with a label. And let's say you're distributing your own music. Create an account, upload the cover art, your music file, the metadata that I'm really going to bore you with in the second part. Select the streaming platforms your music you want your music available on, set a release date, review the details, not once, not twice, save today, review again with fresh eyes tomorrow, and then submit your information for distribution. Again, when selecting a music distributor, consider the reach, the platform availability, the revenue models, the customer service. It's very crucial to find a distributor that caters to your specific needs. And that is the first part of our class for tonight. Any questions before we take a break? Okay, get a Red Bull, get a coffee. It's gonna be intense in the second half. And if you have a pen and paper, get them. We're gonna need them. If you have your mobiles, we're gonna do a very quick research. Yeah. And guys, you're amazing. I'm loving this. Can we do it every week?
Thank you so much.
All right.
So I guess
Yeah,
break.
it would be great. Yeah.
We'll take a quick break, go get water, go to the restroom, whatever you need, and we will be.
Yeah. 7. Is everyone okay with just 5 minutes, or do you need 10 minutes? 5 minutes? Okay. Where's Rawan? I can't see her. Take your time to smoke your cigarette. I saw you smoking before. I'm gonna do the same. So see you at 7:35.
You're on to me.
7:35. See you. Have you guys been enjoying so far? Everything's clear. كله منيح. بدي أحكي عربي شوي، اشتقت أحكي عربي، تسمع عربي؟
Please.
كان عبالي جرب أحكي بالمصري، بس إنه كتير كرنج. تطلع مديري مصري وعم بجرب يعلمني، ما عم تزبط.
اللي هو بتكلم مصري زيكم.
بجد
بجد
انا وحشنا نسمع
بتهزري.
عربي في السيشنز دي بجد. وحشنا نسمع عربي.
لا اتكلمي لبناني، احنا وحشنا اللبناني قوي.
عن جد؟
يا عن جد. Your accent is great. بجد جميلة.
بحب خبركم إنه my Instagram crashed, so thank you everyone for following. إذا ما قدرت أعمل follow back بعد لحدا، بس أعطوني شوية وقت. عمل شوك انستغرام.
Can I just say that I love your tattoos?
Thank you. I have so many.
So
ما بعرف
cute.
قديش شفتي، بس في الكاسات هون.
تحفة. Love it.
Thank
Maya,
you.
can I ask you a question بعيد عن course but still related to music?
أكيد.
What's the music scene like في Dubai? Is it still emerging? Are there a lot of people? Is it more English based?
Honestly, there's a lot of everything. It caters for everyone. What I love about here, and all type of artists come and perform here. We had, I'm sure you know these guys. اسمهم كايروكي. إجوا, they came and performed here. Can I just brag for 2 minutes? And I work with Kairoki, and I'm so proud about it.
Nice.
Big Sam مثلا كمان إجا, Autostrad, they came, and then you have the big artists too. So there is, and the thing is, what I like here, and every artist has a place to perform, whether you are a small artist with no original releases, you can like go to bars and just like play cover songs. There are a lot of these here, which is always a good way for exposure. And as an artist, you would be doing what you love, even if you're still just performing in small places, cover songs. But there is a lot of everything. أكيد now things are relatively quiet.
Yeah.
We have some jazz weeks that happen where jazz performance. We have jazz bars also. Electronic music is very big here. Amira, if you're back, I used to be a DJ booking manager.
Really?
So there's literally a lot of everything. Like even if you want to go and listen to the proper Arabic music, there are these places too. So it really covers everything. لأنه I've been living here for 9 years now. So, and I see Dubai as or the UAE in general as مصغر العالم كله, لأنه there's a lot of everyone. So, and you want to cater to everyone's taste. So, yeah.
But actually,
you just have to.
Sorry, yeah. Go on.
Sorry. So you just have to know like 1 or 2 people who can put you in touch with the right people, and then that's it.
Well, cool. Thank you.
I was saying for the electronic music, Yamaya, I believe that the Lebanese scene is better than the scene in Dubai for the electronic music. It's much more cozy and the people are nicer. And even the clubs are nice. You have BO18, you have Gang Factor, you have Jade, you have Tala, you have like everyone around, and they're so nice and helpful. Like even Jade himself helped me out in my career when I started DJing, when he used to come to Second Sun in Egypt. So it was when I
Like
started DJing. Jade has influence over me and Tala as well. So
I will be very biased if I start talking about the electronic scene in Lebanon. It's
yeah.
a bit that's where my career in music started anyway. But before we start the second part, I'm gonna give you a bit of a background on me. Just as
Yeah.
I'd like to think it as a small motivation for you guys, so you'll know my story.
And please talk about the genres you played with.
Sarah?
I'll stop correcting my name from now on. Okay, so I have a question. Do you have any like recommended contacts to people in Dubai if I wanna like expand my exposure?
Yeah, actually, I know a few too many, so we'll take this conversation offline.
Okay, I'll send you on
Yeah.
Instagram. Okay, thank you.
So before we continue, a small background story on me. Who is in Dubai? Martina, I'm in Dubai. Okay, so basically I studied cinematography, and halfway through my degree I didn't like it, but I continued anyway. And I started to discover how interested I am in music, and my story with music started by randomly sharing one song with the same hashtag, which is the current tune, on Facebook back in 2012. And whether people are listening or not, I just kept on sharing. And one day I didn't share, and I had people write on my wall, wow, that's old. Write on my wall, where is today's current tune? And I just kept on doing it because I listen to all types of music, so I'm just like sharing. And then a friend of mine started an independent music website, and he asked me to start writing for the website. So I was like, yes. And that's before ChatGPT, so I had to actually do the work. And through that, I had the chance to interview international DJs and producers, which helped me then get the trust of certain local DJs, and I start to managing them while working in advertising at the same time. And I kept with the current tune on Facebook, and I was once living here, and I remember very well I was on a way to a meeting that I was really dreading with a very annoying client, and I was scrolling on Instagram, and I had someone post a story that they're looking for a music editor at Apple Music. A music editor basically is the person who handles all the communication with the labels and creates playlists and do the programming for Apple Music in the Middle East. And I replied to that story saying, well, yeah, if you pay well, I will apply, just like as a joke. They then deleted the story, and they asked me for an interview, and I got a job at Apple Music. I worked with them for a while, and the Orchard were actually one of the the labels that I deal with, and they decided to reach out and tell me if I want to work with them. Moral of the story is, if you are really passionate about what you're doing, it's not gonna be easy. Like to get where I am today, it's been like 9 years of just doing it just because I love it, but here I am today. So just don't stop. You never know what your music is doing to maybe one person is listening to your song and just relating to it. And if I was an artist, and I wish I had a beautiful voice, but the last thing you want is to hear me sing. But music really has a very big impact on people that not so many people notice. So please keep doing what you're doing. And we need a lot of female artists in the region, so do it. All right. Is everyone back? Should we resume and go back to the less emotional stuff?
Let's do it. And then just sending a reminder to please mute your mics if you're not speaking. Okay. Let's get into it.
All right. Okay, so let's talk more technical stuff. Just give me a second. Okay. You see my screen? Okay. Now let's talk about the important part after the fun part of actually working on your music. Let's call it the admin work of the music that you're making. So there are a few requirements that you always need to keep in mind when working on music. So after your song is done and you're very happy to release it, you're very happy with it, it's time to release, isn't it? Yeah, unfortunately, no. So there are few requirements that you need to keep in mind in order to have a good outcome of the release. Do not forget the effort and work and time and frustration that went into your process of making music, but there are three things that you always need to keep in mind. One is time, and to be very honest with you, and after being in this job, I cannot stress on how important time is. It's a very major factor that really can contribute to the success, and I'm sorry to say it, or the failure of your release. And we'll get into the details in a bit. Assets, and what do I mean by assets? You have the cover art, and you definitely need a high-res photo of you with a clear background. And you may ask about why do I need a high-res photo of me? Because platforms or DSPs such as Spotify, Anghami, Apple Music, YouTube will need a high-res photo of you in case they want to support you, whether it's a playlist cover, a banner, a social media post, or whatever they have in mind for you. Sorry, but I'm gonna have a sip. Thank you. And to be very honest with you and to share with you something that I deal with in my job, I cannot begin to tell you the amount of times we missed on support opportunities just because we did not have a high-res photo. You don't have a high-res photo, you are missing on very big support. And I'm saying very big here because as an artist who is starting their career, any support is good support. So always have a high-res photo of you. And marketing, although you spoke about it yesterday, but we're going to talk about it again today. Rawan?
Yes.
You have
So
you
I
raised
wanted
your
to
hand.
ask, yes, I wanted to ask, so where do you actually upload the, because I've been uploading to Spotify and Anghami through DistroKid forever. But yeah, I'd love a banner. Where do I upload that high resolution photo so I can get some support from platforms?
They will reach out to you in case they need it. So always have it ready. If you are signed with the label will always request it. So always have it ready. Yeah. Okay. that is something that is very, very, very important to consider when you're working on a release, and it's the lead time. Now, the lead time has two different definitions that different people follow. Some consider lead time to be the time between the masters of the song is completed and when the song is live to the public. Others, including me, consider it to be the time between you submit your release to the platform and the release go live. Now, a lot of independent artists finish recording a song, let's say on Saturday, they master it on a Sunday, and then they release on a Monday. Now, although being spontaneous is really great, but it has a lot of effect and can cause a very big problem for you. If you rush, you won't be giving the time to properly release and give the audience the joy of anticipation. So make sure you give time for the SPs and playlist curators because it will create more chances for your music to succeed. So think with me, okay? When you want to release a song, look around you and just try to assess how many people that you follow, you know, or are actually releasing songs. It's a very big amount. So with that being said, when you submit your music, take time to make noise on it on social media, maybe post about it, let the word out, tag music accounts, let it get noticed, and let people actually look forward to it. This might get the word out for you, and it might reach music editors and curators that work with Spotify or DSPs. Look up your music, which, by the way, they can listen to before it's released on their back end. They can actually discover your music. So make noise about it and give them the chance to support you. Just to clarify, when you submit your music to any platform, it's delivered on their back end and they can actually listen to it, so they can assess on which playlist it fits and stuff like that. It won't be public and they won't be able to download it, so don't worry, just to avoid any confusion, but they can actually listen to it to know where it fits properly. And I know what I just mentioned about making noise about music, and you might be thinking that, yes, I can do the same after releasing. That's very true. I'm not saying no, but your release might get a lot more attention when there's a hype around it. And in case you work with a label, the lead time here is much more important because it's the time that the label will actually need to get in touch with the DSPs to pitch your music, to negotiate a plan that will help you, and to have a solid marketing plan for you. Pro tips, okay? When you have a release and, okay, let's say you have a song ready, okay? And you have a potential date in mind. I don't know, you wrote a song about your best friend's birthday, a song for your boyfriend, a song that you want to release around Valentine's, okay? So put that date in mind and always work backwards and see if the release date you have in mind and you're thinking of will actually work, or you will have to do things in a rush. And later, we'll go through few things that you always need to consider when you are preparing for a release. When it comes to photos, all 99% of smartphones now are actually take high-res photos. So you just need a good light, and always make sure to have a clear background behind you, because it will be easier for people who will use it to actually crop it out and edit it. And always submit your photos in color and try to avoid black and white, because that might not be helpful for you. Amal, you have a question?
Yes, Maya, I have a question. Say if I have several originals, so what do you think the best time I preferably take between posting each one of them?
We're gonna get to something very similar later. If I don't answer this question, we'll discuss it again. Also, Hannah, I have a very important question to you. I know that we have 1 hour left, and I'm sorry if this might take a bit longer than 1 hour, but because we had so many questions in part one, and I still have a few things to go over here.
All good. Yeah.
Okay, and I'm sorry, girls. I know it's a Saturday night and it's late. Yeah, but feel free to drop out if you feel tired. I'm so sorry. Okay, so this is what people I've worked with call the most boring part of the process. But honestly, it is the most important part. Metadata. We say metadata always, but what is metadata really? So metadata, think of it as the digital DNA. It's your ID. It's what links everything together. It identifies every piece of content or action on the internet. That's what metadata is. And in the digital age, literally few things will be able to function without it. So what does it mean to the music industry? Streaming networks use metadata to track trends, build playlists, recommend music better, and music editors use it to find and track songs that match the right mood or genres or feelings or recommendations. So it's just as crucial for you as an artist. Focus with me, ركزوا معي. Metadata will connect your music to whatever potential fans you might have. It gets recognition for your work and ensures revenue generated from your music will be allocated to you directly. So simply put, without metadata, receiving proper compensation for your work could be a nightmare. Okay. Now, the thing is, metadata is usually a manual work. It's not automatically generated. So it's very easy to make mistakes or skip over steps that are really sometimes very time consuming. And this is especially true for tracks that feature samples, and we spoke about samples previously. So, and it's true for tracks that involve different co-writers or have different versions of licensing. But no matter the circumstances, it's never a good time to miss any detail. If, and only if, ولا سمح الله, your metadata is incomplete or contains mistake, your music is in danger of never making it online. Right? If you feel the stress in my voice, but yeah, metadata is really important. And with so many millions of people now consuming music on digital streaming platforms, and brands using music in their ads, it's very crucial to get your metadata right every single time. Part of my job is when a label submits music to the Orchard to distribute, I have to review all the metadata on the back end and make sure that everything is entered correctly, like it's the right. An example, if you're submitting a song and you put the wrong Spotify link to your artist profile, your song will go live under a different artist, and that artist will start to make the money instead of you. It will be linked to the wrong artist profile, and it's not very easy to actually remove it and link it back to your own platform, your own profile, sorry. I have rejected so many submissions because the metadata is wrong. make sure to always have the exact same spelling of your name in English and in Arabic. And you know what? Actually, give me a second. I'm gonna drop in the chat a quick link of the metadata standards. Actually, it's Apple Music that has set a certain metadata standards that everyone has to follow, regardless if you're releasing on other platforms. So you have certain things to follow, how to write your name. Okay, I can't find it now, but I will find it and I will share it with you separately later. When it can come down to your song being rejected from streaming platforms, especially if you are submitting that yourself through the DIY distributors. It can be rejected just because you have a capital letter that is not supposed to be capital. It can go down to those little, very small details. Amira, you raised your hand.
Yes, I was just going to ask you if you can. I think a lot of us are confused of about what metadata is. I know it from the technical aspect of databases, but I cannot relate it to music in any way. So I don't I'm not connecting on when you're saying the wrong metadata could actually destroy things, but I don't get it. And I think other girls as well, Rita, I think as well. So
thank you so much, by the way, for asking this question.
Yeah, like I know what metadata is, but I don't know like what are we talking about?
Yeah. And I'm sorry, I think because it's something in my daily job, I forgot to explain it. Metadata is your ID, as like الهوية تبعكم passport. So basically, when you are submitting your release, you have to fill in certain details from your artist name in English, and because we're Arabs, your artist name in Arabic, the song title in English, the song title in Arabic, the who is the lead vocal, who is the I don't know who is it featuring, who did the music, who did the production, who did the mastering, who is the lyricist. All of these are metadata, and sometimes you have to input the lyrics, so it's really all of these.
And where do we actually put them? Like on YouTube, on Spotify, on SoundCloud?
When you are submitting your music through a distributor, they're not asking you to submit any of the details. So
Hi,
basically,
sorry, can I just jump in over here? Because I have like a bit of info about the disties in Egypt, or in the Middle East in general. So yes, girls, like when you sign with a distribution, every single distribution has their own sheet of metadata where you have to fill in very carefully everything. And I share the sheet with you guys on WhatsApp. For DistroKid, بما إنه all the girls, most of the girls do DistroKid, the part where you upload the music and it asks you for the artist link with these things, this is the metadata of DistroKid. It's not the most accurate one and it's not the best one, but on the long run, when you sign with a label or when you sign with another bigger or another opportunity, you will have your own sheet that has a lot of questions and like basically titles and composers, as you said, Maya, but with more details. So I hope this answers the question.
So basically, it's everything and anyone who took part of your music project. I just dropped a a link from Spotify's blog on what is exactly metadata and why it's important. So basically, when a child is born, let's put it this way, they have their name, female or male, their family name, their father's name, where they are born, what time, what blood type, I don't know, where they were born, all these details that are the identity of the newborn. It's the same for all your releases. So it's, again, title, artist name, lyrics, producer, composer, if it's featuring anyone, if who did the mastering, if there's if it's the acoustic version, if it's the remix, if it's like only vocals, if you are in a band, who is the pianist, who is the lead singer, who is the back singer, who is the drummer, and etc. So basically, it's the DNA of your release. And let me tell you one thing: the metadata thing is not a one-time thing. It's for every single release. And if you're like releasing an EP or an album, you will have a sheet for the album, and you have then to not a sheet, like you have to fill the information of the album, and then you have to fill the information for each and every single track that are featured in your album. And thank you, Hala, by the way, that was very helpful. Amira, do you still have a question before I jump to Dima?
No, I'm good. Thank you. I got it.
All right.
And
Okay,
then I also
Dima?
have, just so everyone who has questions on metadata, I should have a sheet from the VOC Collective's roster that is an example of like how we personally track the metadata for all of our artist releases. So I'll share that as soon as I get it from Alex and Tamar, and we can use it as like a guide for all of your releases. In addition to what Hala shared, that was a huge help.
Dimo.
Yeah, so I have a question about Apple Music specifically because I had a couple of songs that were rejected because the artwork has my logo on it and they reject that. So why?
How big was the logo?
Is it about the size? They reject all the logos. You just told me to remove it. It's very small, like very small on the side.
The thing is that they set the guideline for most of the music industry, so everyone now is kind of follow the guidelines that they did. Now, why specifically they don't like logos, I don't know. Was this recent, by the way, or that was before?
Yeah, like 6 months ago.
Send me the artwork later so I can check, because like sometimes sorry, I'm laughing at what Mona said in the chat. So basically not so long ago we submitted a release with the logo of the label on it, and there wasn't any problem, but maybe like a small hack would be submit your artwork without the logo first once the song is actually released, and then re-upload the other artwork, because that would probably work, because it's not in the first batch of processes. So maybe that could work. But anyway, send me the artwork so I can check the logo. Like I used to work with Apple. I know they can be a bit strict, so maybe I can help you with that.
But just the distributors told me like to remove all the logos from any artwork, like for any project.
Is the logo important on the artwork?
It's
I
my
know
logo,
it's your
so
logo.
yeah,
I know. Okay, send me the artwork and I'll check it for you, and I'll let you know how to actually work around it and just keep it there.
Okay, thank you.
Because again, we've been processing certain artworks that have the logo on, and it wasn't a problem. But what they're doing is that they submit everything. Once the song is out, they replace the artwork. So maybe that would work for you too. Okay. Before we jump to the next part, anyone has any questions? And I feel bad that I wasn't very clear on metadata at the beginning. So any questions on the metadata again? Okay. Now, I know that you guys spoke about music marketing yesterday and you went in depth with it, but I would really like to discuss this with you for two reasons. One is I worked in advertising for 9 years before doing music, and now I'm doing music. So maybe I can just give you some little advices, and I'm gonna keep the chat open. So if there's something that you really touched on in so much details yesterday, let me know so we can skip over it, and so I don't keep you late. Honestly, I'm racing against time now. Okay. So how about we stop releasing singles without having a plan? Picture this scenario with me. You release your new single. You do everything that you've always done. You put in less time than you know you actually should, and then get annoyed why it doesn't do well as much as you wanted it to do well. Familiar a bit? Say something like this. So before you release your next single, you need to up your music marketing game. Your music deserves to be heard. Whether, I don't know, whether your parents have a problem with your music, your friends don't, your fans don't, your music deserves to be heard. And too many musicians fall into the trap of having a 24-hour promotion cycle for their music, and then starting all over again again after that day of excitement is over. It's like a 24 hours thing. We get very excited to actually release, and once it's released, we start to feeling a bit underwhelmed by the performance of the song. So this leads to an endless and vicious cycle of really being underwhelmed with song releases. However, unfortunately, to make the same mistake again and again. And in no way here I'm trying to be offensive. I'm just talking out of experience with my friends who are artists, with artists I'm dealing with. So be organized, have a strategy. And a strategy, I don't mean what you're gonna do after the release. Have a strategy that evolves a couple of weeks before the release. I know a couple of weeks can sound like it's a lot of time, but trust me, you need it. You need a plan before, during, and after the release. So let's start from step one. Okay, build your brand foundation. And I think this is one of the most important layers to music marketing. And without this, things will not really sit properly. Martina, I read your question, and it's something that we're gonna actually answer later. Okay. So the foundation of building a strong brand in music is actually who you are and what you stand for as an artist. And thinking about who your audience is and who would connect with you. Let's be very honest. Music promotion isn't a simple task, but without an actual solid foundation, things are not going to be easy. So think of your artist brand as an extension of your identity and who you are, because it's a representation of who you are aesthetically, and that is what someone will see the first time when they gonna come into your world. Therefore, it is very important you smash that first impression. So just like when going on a first date, maybe. So let's think of what could the first step be in order to build or branding yourself in the music marketing. That's where we're gonna need the pen and paper I asked you for, because in a bit we're gonna do a quick exercise. So think of the things that relate to you and to your music. Write a list on and on. I don't know. Use Google. Use where's Jury? Use Pinterest like Jury. Who are the artists that you like? Listen to their music while you're doing this exercise. Have photos, places, drinks, food, whatever, you name it. Write everything down and look at it, and what does that look like? Guys, I'm sorry, give me 1 second. There's someone at the door. It's so weird. Just 1 second.
And I sent an email on this. There wasn't a worksheet for this specific activity. But if you write it on notebook paper and you can either take a photo of it, scan it, whatever you want to do, and upload it to the folder, and I'll know that it's completed. So no worries on opening up a new worksheet.
Sorry, that was the security who thought that we kept the lights on. Okay, I need to take a deep breath. I was so scared. Okay, anyway, let me repeat. So take a paper and write down everything that relates to you. I don't know, it can be some family members, some friends that inspire you, some artists, some actors, some movies, and then circle the most important aspects to you. What does it look like? And then turn it into visuals. Like, don't have only words that you're gonna refer to. It can be clothes, it can be colors, it can be like tone of voices, and just have it and look at it and save it and have it as a reference of your own brand guidelines. This will be your brand guidelines. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna give you 10 minutes. Write down things that relate to you and to your music. Circle the most important ones to you. And think of how many of those are currently reflected on your social media. When you finish, and if you're comfortable sharing, raise your hand so we can discuss with everyone whether it is actually reflecting on your social media or not. And honestly, please do not feel obliged to either do their exercise or to share the answer, but please take note and do it later. And I really believe it's gonna help you to have a certain brand for you as an artist. So I'm just gonna give you 10 minutes and quick tip. I'm gonna mute myself and play one of your favorite songs while you're doing this exercise. Yes, Rilla.
Hi, Maya. Can you
Hi.
share some examples of things we can write down, or maybe like share your own few things so we can get inspired as like a start to brainstorm?
Sure. Like, do you see the color of the background of the presentation? That color has a specific name, and it's teal, T-E-A-L, and that's my favorite color. Everything I own is almost the same color. So I would start with this, and then the first artist that comes to my mind is someone who really was a reason that I discovered my my passion to music, and that's Dafir Youssef. He's a Tunisian Sufi artist. Other things, I don't know. Coffee is something that I like.
I think another thing too, just based on our conversation with Bree and Carrie yesterday, what are your values? What genres are you working in? Like if you say, my name is Rola and I am bold or funky or a bookworm, and that those sort of adjectives that you describe yourself, you describe your music, can also contribute to how you see your brand visually. It could be other artists you're inspired by, a decade you're inspired by, the 2000s, the 80s, anything that like really connects to you in your story or you in your music. So I know another artist is from Lebanon at Naval Collective, and Lebanon is like a very, very important part of her brand. It comes out into her music, it comes out into her panel discussions, it comes out into her social media. So Lebanon would probably be one of the words that she puts down and incorporates into her visual brand. Just some other examples.
As much as I'd like to say what things that might inspire you, however, I'm saying things that are personal that will inspire me, and most likely, like, you're not gonna relate to, but I would start by just like playing that one song that will always make you smile, maybe, or that artist that inspires you. And I mean, you don't have to do the exercise now, but keep it for later, but just give it a try. I don't know, maybe you're feeling sad right now because you're angry at something, so you can start there, but later on look at this exercise and reflect on it to make sure that, because things change depending on the mood, but like some things are constant, so I would do that.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'm gonna mute myself. I'm gonna give you guys 10 minutes so you can do this exercise. So we're back. Anyone would like to share if they figured something? Oh, all right, Sandra. Okay, too many hands. Yay.
Hi.
Hi.
Okay, so I'll just speak the process out loud that I went through in my head.
Sure.
When you mentioned teal, it popped in my head that I really like pastel colors. It calms me down when I see them. And then for the artist, I chose Billie Eilish because I love her music and I relate to her and I sound like her. And then I thought of the fact that I think of myself as someone who's creative and creativity is important. So I wrote creativity and thinking outside of the box. Then I wrote that I like making or listening to relatable music, which led to the next fact that I like music that you can lose yourself to. So it's more of you're experiencing the music, you're not just listening to the music. So it's an experience. And then I thought of an artist I love that makes me feel that way. His name is Tamino. So after that, I chose yeah, yeah, he's really good. Yeah, so when I wrote Tamino, I wrote also nostalgic because he also kind of makes me feel of that nostalgic aspect. And
So my question is, do you think that the things that you wrote now are actually reflecting on your social media accounts in
not
one
all
way?
of it.
Yeah. So,
Yeah.
honestly, also, guys, I would ask you to try to do this exercise while you guys are in different moods and then try to see the things that are in common and work maybe around it because I can be angry, but I'm gonna still listen to that song. I'm gonna be very happy and I'm still gonna like this place to go to. So, and thank you for sharing, Sandra. Actually, that was really nice. Nuran?
Thank you.
Hello.
Hi.
So I'm gonna share quickly. I wrote down a lot of things, but I'm just gonna give you like the whole aesthetic out there. I hope it makes sense.
Also,
So
sorry to interrupt. Thank you for sharing because you can be inspiring each other now. And one thing I wanna really like stress on is the second part of the exercise is actually to get images that would fit. So to have something also to look at and not only to read later on. So yeah.
yeah, my list is very visual.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Tell
I'll
me.
just list them. Yeah, I'll list them really quickly. So I'm bright colors and jeans, Polaroid and film pictures, Taylor Swift, sun, the summer, beach, ice cream, sunset colors, Harry Styles, glitter, pop, rom-coms, books and music, desserts, girly, poetry, being vulnerable, confrontation, letters and late night calls, dreamy teenage mirror balls, friendship bracelets and lip gloss, gold and silver meaningful accessories, late 90s and early 2000s sitcoms, magazines, sleepovers, popcorn, pizza, baking, gossip, cherry colas, and deep intellectual conversations.
Very nice. Actually, I wanna say something that both of you, if you notice that when you are mentioning the things that you both listed, they actually fit together. Like when you said Harry Styles followed by glitter, like it completely made sense and like I could see it. And then before you calm pastel colors and Billie Eilish, and for me like Billie Eilish mostly does like chill music, so I like the flow of things that you guys are putting together. Yasmin, I have a question though for you before. Is it reflecting on your social media right now, the things that you wrote?
Most of it, or like at least some of it. Yeah.
Some of it, yeah.
Yes, some of it.
Okay, good. Yasmin.
Thank you.
I actually, that's a very good question to discuss, because the past few months I was thinking about it, like who I am as an artist, and I am not sure if I can clearly identify myself. But when I thought about it and I scrolled through my Instagram and my SoundCloud, I felt that I write music, like if I have a slogan, I would say music for humanity. So I write stuff that relates to our struggles, our dreams, our fear, our feelings, the stages we go through as human beings. So I think that's the big umbrella. My musical style can be pop or jazz. Like I really want to go to more of soft jazz, and I started working on that. Another side of me is that I really love doing worship or spiritual music. So that's why I'm a bit confused. Like, who am I as a musician, as a songwriter, as a composer? But I think I can do more than one thing at a time, as long as it's under the big umbrella of music for humanity, because spirituality is part of humanity as well, I think. And finally, like the visual identity, I imagine myself more of down to earth, simple person. Like if I'm doing a music video, I won't go to the style of wearing fancy clothes and heavy makeup, but more of simple clothes, down to earth, like that style. I also love nature, so most of my Instagram is nature photos. The posters of my songs have a lot of nature elements in it. So I think things are getting a little bit clearer for me. I think so.
On the part where you actually discussed jazz and spiritual, I wrote in the chat Munir Trudi and Dafir Youssef. Maybe you want to check these two artists, like, and I dropped you a link of a collaboration between Munir Trudi and Eric Truffaz, who is a trumpet player. It's like they bring together jazz and spiritual very well. So take a look at it, take a look at it. It's something for you to listen to, and maybe it will inspire you. But thank you for sharing. And the same question, is it reflecting, like what you think of yourself as an artist is reflecting on social media?
Yes, I think so. I think so. Although I feel that I still want to experiment myself in other genres like hip hop and these stuff. I'm not a hip hop person at all, but I love hip hop and R&B. So I don't know. I'm still in the stage. I love experimenting. Like I don't want to stick to something specific for now. And no, I will not do this. But I am mainly doing, yes, what I'm saying, this is reflecting on my social media, but at the same time, I consider myself as an artist who love experimenting new stuff and putting myself in other situations.
It's very good that you mentioned this. I was having a discussion yesterday with someone who has been in the industry for way too long now, and we're talking about artists in general, and because we are starting to listen to the same repetitive music coming out from the same artist because they made a certain song that was a big hit, so they're just doing the same, while that song was a hit because it was a different thing that the artist is presenting. So I would say keep on experimenting. The good thing about this industry is that it's trial and error is always okay. There are no rules, there are no boxes that you need to fit in. So if you feel like doing jazz today and hip hop tomorrow and I don't know, pop the day after, do it. Eventually you're gonna know what you want to do. But I know I'm like preaching now, but to be honest, you're not gonna know exactly what you want to do unless you try them all. So
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
do it.
Thank you.
Dimo, I'm looking forward to see what you have to say.
Yeah. I'm kind of organizing my ideas. So when it comes to physical visuals or appearance, I like to have red hair or colored hair, tattoos, different hairstyle, black boots, high heels, all black clothes or all white clothes, but I don't like to wear something different from the top and the bottom. I like all to be one colored. I have a favorite fabric, which is the mesh fabric, which the one you can see through.
See through,
And
yeah.
and tight clothes. And who inspired me to that is actually Kelani, my favorite artist of all time. She's an R&B hit singer.
Yeah, I know her
She
actually.
she has her own costume. She has her own fabric. Even she has favorite fabrics that she always goes live with different styles, but she keeps a certain fabric on herself.
And
So
there is always a link between one appearance and the other, which is the
yes,
fabric.
yes. I love cats, wolf, animals, sculpture. What else? Costume clothes. When it comes to personality, I'm crazy, wild, unpredictable, multi-persona because I'm a Gemini, emotional, sensitive, romantic, strong, and I love 80s music. That's it.
And are these being reflected on social media?
Not all of them, to be honest. I don't like to limit myself.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, it's worth mentioning here that this exercise is not as to set the rules for you to follow, but just to have a certain identity where like eventually the goal is you want to have a certain identity for you that when people are actually gonna see it, they're gonna know immediately that it's somehow you. But it's worth mentioning here that although like there's a billion of people in the world and eventually people are gonna be similar, but always try to be original in everything that you do and avoid being a copy, if I may say. So yeah, Mona, Abel, before you start, sorry,
Okay.
guys, I think I know we only have 15 minutes left in terms of time, but there are 10 people that are gonna talk before I'm gonna continue. So I'm sorry, but we might have to stay a bit over time. I'm so sorry for that. So, okay, sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Okay. First of all, being authentic, adventurous, very Egyptian, strong and emotional and rebellious at the same time. I love music for like bands like مشروع ليلى, ريم بنا, بو كلثوم, دينا الوديدي. They are real and controversial, and they inspired me because their music is like protests in the world, and at the same time very emotional. بحب mixing between genres, between Oriental and folklore and Egyptian music, and modern techno electronic music. بس كده I think. I love looking Egyptian. I love wearing big earrings. I love wearing accessories. I love looking Egyptian.
Do it. Okay, who's next? I'm having issues. Okay, Sagi.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey. So I want to agree on the other two ladies who said Billie Eilish and MuSHEqa Leila. These two artists have definitely inspired, I think, my whole career in terms of the factors that I loved about these two, the band and Billie Eilish, is that they always like express themselves unapologetically, and this is where I felt connected with them. And when I thought about why am I really inspired by them heavily, like I remember when I watched the Billie Eilish documentary on Apple TV, I wrote 15 songs afterwards. I remember in 2 days.
Wow.
Yes. And also I don't know if you watched Revo on Watch It. These two like these were one of the latest stuff that I watched. I think stories of hope and self-actualization and self-acceptance are things that inspire me heavily. And I do believe, yes, they are reflected on my social media and maybe on my sound a little bit, because I did not actually realize this before yesterday, is that I always use you know, the sigh after you say something out loud, like as if you were keeping something inside you. I always put the sigh in, like in my ad libs or something, like oof or oof, or like it's out there. Here's me. And as much as I like, when I started the career, I wanted to influence people in a good way and hide the monsters or anything bad I do. But as I went through that journey, I realized that no, I need to accept my monsters. I need to accept that um that maybe I want something bad in life, and that's okay. I'm not saying in a bad way. Like, I want to say an example. Maybe I'm influenced. Maybe I'm peer pressured. I don't want to always like preach and say, yes, let's do this. I want to change the world. No, sometimes I'm making a music video because I want attention, for example, and that's totally fine. Like, I accept this part of me. I accept what made me want that, and this is what I want. Like, and writing about it heals me first, and then I believe when people hear me, or like when I post something on social media talking about it, I feel like it gives me room to connect with everyone, and for people to admit, and for me to admit that yes, I have a good side and a bad side, and both are okay. Yes, I want to be better, and yes, we all want to be better. And so yeah, these are the kind of stories that do inspire me.
Have you ever considered writing a song about actually how you accept your demons, if we can call them that? Because what you just said is something that I personally find very inspiring, because um, like knowing the good and the bad in you as a person is something that I think everyone should do. So if I really respect you for saying what you just said, and thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you. Actually, my new EP, hopefully to be released when times are better. I do talk about this whole journey of me, because I feel like in the past, like the past 2 years, I've been doing music like publicly for 2 years. I thought I knew who I was, but actually it was who I wanted to be, or who I wanted to be perceived as. I thought that that was me. And through this album, it's just like me unleashing all these layers and just being raw, and showing all my good sides and bad sides and all the trauma and everything that made me me, and with all the acceptance and all the love and all the flexing in the world through this EPs. And I'm really I would love for you all to listen to it soon.
Definitely, but like going back to the most serious side, I really hope you have like a good marketing plan for it, and you're not gonna be like in a rush to release it after things calm down,
No,
because
I've
like
been working
you have
for
a message to deliver.
I've been working for a year on it, and it's hopefully it will all be great.
And honestly, I'll be more than happy to help you guys. Actually, I'll be more than happy to help any of you in anything that I can actually help with, because you're all very inspiring.
Thank you. That would be great.
Thank you. Thank you. Reem? I will unmute you. It's fine. Can I unmute you?
Hi, sorry, I couldn't do
Hi.
it.
It's okay.
So it's a mixture of two contradicting things, maybe. I don't know if it makes sense to someone. I have this feminine, girly, like cute side because I used to work as a dentist for 10 years, maybe almost something like this. And I was that cute girl who sang cute songs and very romantic ones. But recently I discovered I have another side, which is the edgy side. The feminine one can be like your cup of hot chocolate in a rainy day, and the edgy one can be the pina colada you drink by the beach. I can be both. Actually, I'd love to be both. So my favorite singer is Fairuz, who can be like the Sabah Masa, or who can be the Bint al-Shalabiya, or she can be everything. And she can let us hear a very jazzy tracks or very cute tracks or romantic ones. So is this reflected on my social media? Maybe I'm still discovering and working on the edgy part of me on personal level and on professional level. So it's slightly appearing. But the good news is that it's completely appearing now on my concerts, on my music tracks, that the songs I choose, and even the original songs I'm starting to think about executing. I'm more thinking of the mixture of the edgy and feminine cute girl.
That's amazing, actually, and always go to Google, to Instagram, to Pinterest, and just start tapping random words, and you'll get things that will definitely inspire you and maybe help you visualize things better, maybe. So yeah, and thank you so much for sharing also.
Thank you.
Sarah.
Well, I chose kind of a lot of things, but let's start with sarcasm. I'm very sarcastic all the time. I relate to acting, transparency, or being raw and personal in general. Soul music, and my favorite artist is Amy Winehouse. Amy. And
you hit close to home. Yeah.
And being Egyptian, I'm very proud of being Egyptian, like in general. My language, the way I talk, the way I dress, I don't know, like I love being Egyptian. Contentment, baggy clothes, emotional, I'm very emotional. Feminine, I love being a woman. I've come a long way of accepting and being proud of who I am as a woman. So yeah.
Amazing. And the same question that I'm asking everybody, is it being guys, by the way, it's not mandatory to be reflecting now on social media. Like, we're discovering what we are on a daily basis, but I only thought it's a good exercise to be a starting point for you as an artist. So I don't want to come off strong when I'm asking this question. It's just like a question.
Well, some aspects are being shown more than the other.
Of course.
Some of them are shown like big time, but some of them I think I need to show them more.
Okay. Well, now you have a reference to look at always. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank
Nada.
you.
Which one?
Enter.
Okay. So some of the keywords that I used off the top of my head was Arab culture, psychology, toxicity, narcissism, traumas, passion, Hungarian culture because I'm half Hungarian, the feminine perspective, androgyny, professionalism, anthropology. I don't know if I mentioned that or not. Culture, and boldness. So these are all the topics that I kind of mentioned. And the way it's kind of reflected in my branding already is the fact that I love the color red, but it's a very specific kind of orangey red, which I feel reflects my intensity a lot. And also the color black because of my seriousness and how cutthroat I tend to be with my opinions and how I'm very black and white with like what I believe. And I just made this realization recently that I love wearing baggy suits because it really covers my professional side, but also covers my love for hip hop culture as a dancer and as a choreographer. And I love accentuating those with a lot of accessories that are Arabic, Egyptian, Hungarian, like ornaments and elements. And I also feel like most of my communication on social media is kind of reflecting that with the topics that I touch upon, the colors that I choose for my website, for my album artworks. I actually put my mood board on the chat. Hopefully it could inspire someone. Maybe you can see it. So I put a lot of animals. One animal actually that I really relate to, which is the panther, the femme fatale, and Mr.
I'm
Behind
looking
her.
at it now. It's really nice. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you. So yeah, I try to visually manifest it into a color. What I wear when I go to interviews or when I attend like networking events or go to places, my album artwork, I try to make it all very like cohesive because it's super important to me as a person that everything that I do is a reflection of what I stand for.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Thank you so much for sharing. Also, you just like made me realize something that now that Nada, for example, she has like a certain aesthetic, she has certain colors that she follows that and she's sticking to it. But let's say Nada woke up one day and decided to go and do Afrobeats music. She's
That's
gonna
what I dance
it's gonna be easy for not easy actually, but it would be a chance for her to like completely change the aesthetic she put herself while keeping certain elements in it. Maybe like go from orange to the bright blue, for example, and then at a very later stage, her brand, and I'm just giving an example here. Her fans will know that if I want to listen to Afrobeats, I'm gonna go for the album cover that is actually blue because like that's how people are gonna start relating. So thank you so much for sharing actually, and I love the mood boards.
Thank you. Thank you.
Dalia?
Yes. I have many thoughts that come into my mind. I don't know from where to start. But I think about that. I am a musician. I play oud and percussions. I
Nice.
love mixing, yes. Percussions like tabla, riq, duf. I love mixing Oriental music with different genres. There is a song that I usually hear. I don't know why. It's من غير ليه for Muhammad Abdul Wahab. It's like 45 minutes. It always inspires me what to listen, what will be the next song or music piece. For the colors, either than black and white. Now I'm in love with rose color. I don't know why. What else? I'm thinking for how to make a career shift. And I think I need a private session for this.
We can, for sure. We can.
Yeah. Maybe I'm affected with I'm very emotional, so any sad news or anything can affect my work. I'm not active on social media for the current situation in the Middle East. I don't like to post anything related to my work. I don't like to open social media. I don't know it's right or wrong, but it affected me too much. That's it simply.
If right or wrong, actually, at the end of the day, it's a personal choice. Some people would tell you that is right. Some people would tell you that it's wrong. But we're gonna talk about something very important in the next or the one after slide. But at the end of the day, if you now don't feel like doing something because you don't feel that it's right, then that's what you believe in. So that you need to stick to it. So at the end of the day, just like Hannah mentioned yesterday, part of your not yesterday, a while ago, part of you as a brand, as an artist, are your values. So if you don't feel like doing something, then just don't do it. It's simple.
Last thing, sleeping and coffee can affect my work all the day, and that's it.
I think, me too, me too. Thank you so much for sharing, and please feel free to reach out later if you need help with anything.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Molly.
Hi. Okay, so I'm gonna keep my camera closed because it keeps messing up with my connection.
It's fine.
But anyway, so eccentric, deep, creative, empathetic, bookworm, sky and ocean blue, psychology, making a difference, being authentic, contentment, being reflective, dogs, horses, flowers, sunrises, and sunsets. In terms, and the classic era of music in terms of like 70s to the early 2000s. In terms of does my social platform kind of reflect that? To a certain extent, yes. Yeah, to a certain extent, yes. Yeah. But I just need to tweak and add more things than remove.
I'm gonna comment on the sunset and the sunrise. Actually, I have the sunset tattoo here and the sunrise tattoo here, so yay. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
Amal.
Hi.
Hi.
I have lots of things. I have lots of keywords. You can see that I'm doing a map for what I am. Yeah, this is all, and I cannot understand what to say. The first point, but let me say this: vintage, nostalgia, oriental, pain, people, happiness, classic jazz, percussion. Okay, my handwriting is very bad. Jamalat Shiha, and she's an Egyptian Oriental singer, and she's great, by the way. Pharaonic Greek language, because I really do love the Greek language. We can do it. Heritage Rossini. It's the most beautiful track for Jamalat Shiha, and she's doing this song for her son. Yeah, he passed away. Tambourine, gramophone, acting, culture, inspiring, dreaming, and autumn, stories, poetry, Swahili, because I love this Swahili culture. And if I am talking about the place, so let's say that I can remember now Luxor, when I was at the western bank of the Nile, and sunny day, temple, desert, spiritual, also the Shai with mint. Alexandria City, and I can continue till tomorrow. And about the clothes, I can say that natural cotton clothes, especially dresses, Egyptian accessories, especially the Ain horse, dimples and smile, and also breakfast and good night coat every day.
Amazing. Now, that is a perfect start of the exercise. The next start was actually to try and circle the things that are the most important to you and visualize it in a way that you can actually connect them together. And I think that will be able to help you a lot. But I really have to thank you for the effort that you put while doing this exercise. Thank you all so much, by the way. Thank you.
You are always
Gina.
inspiring, by the way. Yeah.
Indeed, they are. Yes. Hi.
Okay, so I made like a very big mood board, so but I didn't like organize it, so I'm not gonna include that. But well, mainly I was talking about this yesterday actually too. I'm sure they're all sick of hearing it, but my personality is very contradicting. I'm like very bubbly and friendly, but I'm also like my songs have very dark and sad lyrics. But I feel like after yesterday's session, I feel like maybe I could blend that together to like create something. And my favorite color is black, which also does not align with my personality. Again, very conflicting. And my
Honestly
favorite,
speaking, like I wear black most of the time, and I'm one of the most social person when I'm in a group of people, so I can relate to that.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And my favorite artists are The Weeknd and Dua Lipa. I just admire the empire they've created, the world they've created around their music. Like it's not just in their songs or anything. Like for example, The Weeknd's tour is just like I love watching every single clip there is on that tour. Honestly, it's amazing. And the eras I'm most inspired by are the 80s, 90s. I just love the music in that
Yes.
era. I love them. And personally, the genres I'm very interested in are pop and R&B, soul, and rock. So I'm also very conflicted in my music taste. And I'm like, when it comes to creating my own music right now, I'm just trying to find like a good blend to all these genres. I'm still trying to find my sound, if I'm being honest. And yeah, my main values are love, friendship, family. They're the most important thing to me. And when it comes to my music, I would say that creativity, openness to new experiences, authenticity, and compassion are the most important values I hold, because I feel like they all create, or they all contribute to my creative process. And they inspire me with new songs and new ideas. And yeah, I'm sorry, that was
Thank
too long.
you. No. Guys, no need to be sorry for anything. I'm just gonna say sorry for keeping you after our time.
No, we're having
But
fun.
something I want to mention is, because like I've heard it a couple of times now, the struggle to find the music genre that you fit in is a real struggle. But I like personally, like if I was an artist, I wouldn't I would just like I said before, experiment, try, get feedback from your friends, from people you trust. If you have in your circle people who are actually gonna give you a good feedback, not just like encourage you and tell you yes, it's good, make sure to always refer to those people. And yes, as an artist, you need to have like a main genre of music, but you can always like experiment. And I think all of you are like at a point in the career where it's completely fine to try, fail, and then try again, and then try something new, because you never know. Maybe you're gonna come up with the new music trend because you decided to give it a shot. Like, why not do a hip hop song that has an electric guitar in it? Maybe like so.
Yes,
Yeah,
I
thank
totally
you.
agree.
Thank you
Thank
again for
you.
sharing.
Thank you so much. I'm sorry,
Tasneem.
can I ask you a little
Yeah.
question?
Mm.
Well, my social media pages doesn't exactly reflect that right now, and I want to create content that reflects that, but I don't want to like resort to covers and stuff, because I feel like they might take away my attention from actually creating my own original music. So I don't know how to reflect that on my social media.
We're gonna get to it in a bit.
Okay, thank you so much.
You're welcome. Tasneem, I kept you waiting a long time. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
So I'm gonna answer or I'm gonna do the exercise backwards, and I have a
Okay.
point and a question. So does my social media reflect my aesthetic or who I am as an artist? It reflects a part of who I am, and I'm now in a transitional phase. I used to be only a classical pianist. I've been a classical pianist for 15 years now, and I'm a piano teacher, and I've been doing it for a really long time. There are dogs out there. I'm really sorry.
Okay.
So and I've been really scared to release my music and present myself as a singer-songwriter, which is what I wanted to be at the very, very beginning when I started doing music. But the piano and classical music, although I love them and they're a big part of who I am, and I would not change anything that ever any of my music journey, I would not change it. But it was a safe option, and it was something that I could do conveniently without stepping out of my comfort zone. It was just something that I was inherently good at. So my social media reflects very well on me being a musician that studied, a musician that has the papers and the certificates, and it's very dark academia. And I've built a career as a piano teacher on it that way. I now have a lot of students, and I've secured myself, and I've established myself within the music scene. Like everyone in the scene, everyone that's important knows that I do piano. And now a lot of things happened, and I took a year off from music entirely because it was kind of like a black swan situation where I got pretending to be perfect. And that is what I do talk about in my actual music, my original music. Like having to always like wake up every day and fight with yourself, because I am something and I'm fronting something else, even if it has some truth to it. So the other part is not is not very well reflected in my social media, but I am trying right now. I am trying to make that transition in the smoothest way that I can, because everyone knows me in a certain way, and I don't want to shock people, and I don't want to just be all over the place, because I've worked really hard to establish myself, and I don't want to also like eradicate that other part of myself, because I'm still gonna do piano and I'm still gonna teach for a while. It's how I make a living right now. But so the other part is The Color Purple, Lana Del Rey, Hosier, Radiohead, Sufjan Stevens. There are some characters that I took inspo from for my music. So the girl from Black Swan, the movie, and there's a book called A Little Life. The main character, Jude, I really resonate with that character. And there's another book called No Longer Human. The main character, Yazo, it's Japanese lit. So basically, there's a whole other side that is more truthful to who I am that I haven't yet showed as authentically as I should have.
While you were talking, something crossed my mind, and that's the creative side of me talking and not the professional side of me talking. That's the crazy side of me talking. I feel like I need to give the disclaimer, but because like you're doing a major transition in terms of the music that you're making and what you want to do, try to think about actually creating an alias for you. So you will you will have the classical side of you that everyone knows, but maybe like, I don't know, you come up with a character and not character, like a persona, and call her I don't know, Lana, because like Lana Del Rey inspires you, and then that is Lana's music, but Tasneem is still doing classical and piano and all of that. Like a Hannah Montana situation.
Yeah, I thought about that, but like till when, you know?
Yeah.
So
I mean, eventually, people like will know that it's you, of course, but because like sometimes people face less pressure in doing what they actually really like when it's under a different name. So especially at the start. So I don't know, like again, this is something that just came to my mind while you were talking. Like maybe that is something that you would consider, maybe to just check how people are gonna react. Because people might be very happy with what you're gonna present to them, but and I understand like this society that we live in, and changes are not very like they can be processed, yeah, well received. So yeah, anyway, please reach out and I'll try to help you also like with that.
Okay, thank you so
Also,
much. Thank you.
someone mentioned Drivo before and I forgot to say, but like that was one of the best music projects I worked on because it was released with us, and it's I didn't watch the series yet, don't judge me, but like the songs that Amirai did, I mean, okay. Anyway, thank you,
This
Tasneem.
is a comfort. It's a comfort show for most of us. It's amazing. It's amazing
Yes.
that you worked on it. Yeah,
Yeah.
impressive.
Molly.
I have a quick question regarding Tasneem's situation with the whole, like when you were talking about creating like a temporary like persona and stuff. In that case, when it comes to like, social media, a person has like, several different sides to them. Whether it's
I couldn't hear you. So
and
if
it's part of their personality, or is it better that they put everything on the same, page or the same account?
I mean, it
or
depends.
something.
It depends. Honestly, like yeah, we couldn't hear you well, but I think what you're asking is if someone has different styles that they want to deliver, should they do it on their same account? I mean, if they want to, yes, they can. But like in certain situations, artists might be more comfortable doing creating an artist name for themselves that is not themselves. Like I'm trying to remember which of the artists actually released because it's their choice at the end of the day. They released music under two different names and they presented two different genres, but at the end of the day, it was the same artist. I hope I answered your question though.
Okay, so basically, so like from what I understand, okay, so like basically the reason that's why I'm saying this, so I have an opera voice and I like the opera scene, but I also like pop. So like there's like this personality and then there's this personality. So would it be better that I combine both in one, or have one that like two separate? Because they're completely two different genres. It's not a matter of like, pop and pop rock or whatever. It's no, this is classical opera and something that's pop.
It doesn't matter. Here, I wasn't talking about the genres that if you have different genres, you have to come under different aliases. I was just trying to help Tasneem find an easier way to actually start releasing the music that she wants to release without facing some social pressure or whatever. It's like for her specific case, but like artists in general, regardless of the types of music that they are presenting, they usually release under their name because like they worked hard on building a name for themselves. So releasing under a different name is just like maybe starting from scratch. So you can have as many genres that you want to do, but it doesn't have to come until different artist names or profiles.
And then my
Okay.
sorry, I know we only have about I have a hard stop in 10 minutes. I have another call, so I just wanted to check in on timing, to see if there were any other key points we needed to get through, and maybe we could move
I'm
on.
gonna go quickly over the things that we have so we can finish in 10 minutes. Amal, can I leave your question till the end, please? I didn't expect this exercise to take that long, to be honest. I honestly thought that no one's gonna share. So thank you, Hannah. I'm gonna try to finish as fast as possible. So moving forward and very, very fast, social media is key. And here I'm just gonna talk about it very quickly. Choose what suits you better and keeping in mind the time it requires. You don't have the time as an artist to dedicate to all platforms properly. Like even as any human being now, you can't cater to all social media platforms. Social media for musicians is all about consumption, and when you actually utilize social media correctly, it's something very, very, it's gonna help you a lot, and because it's a very powerful tool. So most of the people, I'm not gonna say everyone, they say be on every digital platform, but honestly, you don't have the time to do that and to be successful on many platforms, and it is very overwhelming. So choose a platform based on your skill set. If you're wanting to build a community and you're someone who likes to take photos, I would suggest go for Instagram. Anyway, Instagram is a good place for artists and music in general. So if you're not sure, choose to focus on Instagram. But if you are looking for a higher reach and more engagement, consider TikTok to be your main focus, especially if you're someone who's very comfortable in front of a camera. You don't mind doing dancing, you don't mind dancing and doing trends. But please bear in mind that TikTok is a platform that you need to learn what works and how to go viral, and it's they don't have like a set of rules, but it requires a lot of trial and error. So choose your platform and keep creating and producing content that you're proud of, and build your fan base slowly and surely. Again, having one concentrated audience on one platform is much easier to manage than having like multiple small audiences spread here and there. Speaking of TikTok, of course you guys know the song A, B, C, D, E, F, U, na, 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 na. You know it, right? Just like, okay. I'm gonna tell you very quickly about how this song became such a hit. So basically, this girl had around 1,000 followers on TikTok, and one random day she actually decided to post a video asking people to write in the comment topics as to suggest to her what her next song is gonna be, and someone randomly decided to write a breakup song using the alphabets. So she did, and it went viral, and that's how she became one of the most listened to artists back then. So social media works in a very weird way. So it's not easy, but don't give up on it real quickly. Next, know your demographic. The better you know your fans or the predicted audience, the better you can create content they like. And if they love it, your organic traction is gonna grow much faster. Knowing who and where your current fans are will help you learn more about who is paying attention to you and why they are paying attention to you. Go into the analytics of your social media, YouTube analytics, Spotify for artists, Apple Music for artists, Anghami for artists, and all of those to understand your demographic more and see who are what are like the common between all those. And if you're starting from scratch, you will want to build an example of your typical fan or the person you want to address in your music. How old are they? What are they into? Where do they hang out? Who are the artists that they listen to? And when you're doing that, go to artists that you think are similar to you and look at the people that they engage with and what they are engaging with. It's a common practice in any digital marketing to know exactly who are trying to market before you begin, because it's going to make it easier. And marketing in the music industry is no different. So think of artists that are similar to you and what kind of person actually listens to them and why they are relating to them, and start doing not copying them, but like get inspired by what they're doing. And part of knowing your demographic is understand the people that you are addressing and how they feel. And here I'm gonna quickly tap on something that artists I'm working with at the moment had so many good releases coming up, and because of what's happening, they looked at the whole sentiment and they decided to push their releases until further notice, because like they know of course they are humans and they know what to do and not, but again, as an artist, they looked at how their fans are now reacting on social media, and they took that into consideration, and releasing music these days is not ideal for artists. When you want to create content, consider the fans are your kids and you are the parents, and your content is their food and you need to provide. Most artists view their socials as somewhere to tell people to actually go listen to their music on Spotify, and they actually wonder why it doesn't work. It doesn't work because honestly, it's not engaging and you haven't got their attention in any particular way. So do social media right and be creative. The content that is very repetitive and is average isn't enough. You need some really good content. You are a creative person, you are a musician, and part of your job is to actually entertain people that follow you. Give them a reason to follow you, a reason to engage with your content, a reason to come back from time to time again. Don't do the mistake of just like promote your music and then disappear and make it sound like it's just another streaming platform where people will just go and see your music only. Don't push people to actually stream your music or watch your music video without actually delivering the message in some sort of a creative way. Make good content, keep them engaged. Surround your music with awesome content, and instead of just releasing a song, probably make and tell people like, hey guys, go to Spotify and listen to my new release. Maybe start releasing snippets on social media, take videos of when you're actually in the process of writing lyrics, when you're doing the music, when you're in the studio, when you're recording in your friend's house. And that will help you later on when you want to start actually promoting your music. You will have enough content to trigger their curiosity and keep them to coming back. Try to think as much as outside the box as you can, and focus on the part where you want to market your music as if think of social media as if it's your actual song. Don't make it like boring. Honestly, like when you see a story of someone asking you to go to Spotify to listen to their latest release, what are the chances that you would actually go listen to, because personally I wouldn't. I'm gonna skip over this part where I wanted to know if any of your content went viral. However, please always have a solid plan. Your music needs and deserves to be heard. You work very hard on it. So put your heart and your soul into having a proper plan to market your release, just like you're putting all the effort and emotion and actually doing the music itself. Try to collaborate with others and like, I don't know, now we're like 40 people here. Try to find ways to collaborate with artists that are similar to you. Maybe the coffee shop that you like the most have people that you can relate to, so try to collaborate with them. Collaborate with some videographers, photographers, and trends. Do trends as much as you like, while staying genuine and be authentic. When you do collaborations, don't look like you're actually after other people's fans, because like it's very easy to spot and no one is gonna like it and it's not gonna be successful. But I think we all noticed that how one day we slept and then we woke up the next day and suddenly everyone is into skateboarding. And let's pretend that you are into skateboarding, and skateboarding is now the thing. Just get on a skate, hop on it, and add your music to the background, and voila, a trend and an easy way to market your music. Last but not least, music marketing is about building a momentum over time. So take your time for the pre-release, the release, and after the release. If you are releasing music once a year, how are you supposed to create any momentum to build a fan base? Planning your next single release is great, but what about the next few singles? I always tell my artist friends, do not release a song before you have the second one already in the works. So you can always have something that is happening. You always have releases. When you take so much time between one song or another, the interest in your music, unfortunately, is gonna drop, because like people tend to forget. So look after your fans and provide value over and over again with consistent and frequent releases. And here I come to the last slide. And I, just like many of you, I'm someone who is very emotional. And when I wrote this, I was very emotional. So you've listened to me talk for the past 3 hours and a half, but I think the next slide is the most important one. Remember, you are only one song away from greatness. One song can completely change your life. You never know when or how. Just keep on doing it. You never know how close you are. Keep writing, keep releasing, and please learn from the mistakes. And again, I am here if you need anything.
Thank you so much, Maya. This has been incredible. We so appreciate your time. Thank you to everybody for staying over and asking questions and engaging. And you guys are always wonderful, wonderful, wonderful participants. And Maya, we are so grateful to have had you on a Saturday.
Thank you so much.
So we appreciate you, and I'd love to share the recording with you and, you know, all the details. So thank you to all the artists who stayed over. And yeah, I think that's about it.
Thank you so much, guys. It's a pleasure, and I will be in touch. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Bye.